Hello, everybody. How are we doing today? It is Sunday, start of a new week. I always think of Sunday as the start of the new week, not the end of the weekend. So, got my chat going over here. Okay, so I can see everybody. Hey, hey, hey. Jules is with me today. We've been chatting backstage for a little bit. Nothing true crime, which was funny. So I'm going to say hi to a few people here, and I'll say hi as people come in. Please hit that like button when you come in, too. I really appreciate you guys being here. We're going to have a really good conversation. I know our last one was cut short due to scheduling, but this one's we're not going to be in such a hurry today. So let's see here. Give me just a second. Here it is. Okay, so I just want to remind everybody to be respectful in chat and comments. Opinions are welcome. Attacks are not. Please respect all victims and families. And if you would like, you can join my channel for more exclusive content, members only lives, games, and true crime trivia. We are going to be doing open true crime trivia today as well, just to show you guys some of the fun that we're going to have. And as always, I really appreciate the tips that I get. Never obligated, of course. And just because I'm a smarty pants, I'm going to put this up. Let's see, where is it? So you guys know this girl.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Well, I had to go and make this because I thought it was funny. Where'd it go? Yep, I'm a dork. I had to do it. Cashapp me outside. How about that? All right, I'm going to bring Jules up. And then we can say hi to people because people are saying hi to me and, of course, to Jules. So here's Jules. Good afternoon, Jules.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Can everybody hear Jules okay? I've got my volume down pretty low on my side because I can hear really good. She coming in very good for everybody? All right. Let me here. So Ellen came in super early this morning and set a reminder. So hopefully, hopefully she's in here. Don't see her yet. Let's see. I don't see any of my mods yet.
Alex Erickson has a ranch.
Oh, okay. There you are. Hey, Allie. Legendary. Hi. How are you doing? DS, I love this comment. Well, this should be a good combination of YouTube channel creators. Absolutely. Let's see. Isabel. Reba. Let's see. And Jules says hello to everybody. Isabel. Hi, Isabel. Hi, Caddy. Crime Ghoul. I love that. A friend of mine calls her daughter her ghoul. All three of her daughters her ghouls. I think it's cute.
That is cute. My dad calls them all his minions, like the little scary yellow guys.
Pink butterfly. Hey, girl. Sweet Misery's here. Truth Seeker. Hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Melissa, hi. How are you doing today? And Allie. Samira, is it Dalvi? All right. So I'm just going to keep saying hi to people as they come in while we chat. Today, I wanted to go over, there's not really anything new on
Right.
Idaho 4, right?
No,
Not
they
since the last.
just the, what was it, the document where they basically clarified what they were going to be talking about on the 18th, right? I think that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's it. So there's really, I mean, we could rehash stuff, but I don't like doing that too much.
Yeah.
Jesse, yeah, he knows, I'm sure. I emailed him. Okay. Hey, Teresa, how you doing, girlfriend? Yeah, I want to go over a couple of cases that I find interesting. Good afternoon, Brenda. Hi, Barbara. My notes are all over the place in my notebook because there's been, updates on this case, updates on that case. So I just turn the page and write the name of the case on the top and keep on going. So
yeah, I do the same thing. I like doing my handwritten notes on paper. I do need a better organizational system, though, because it sounds like ours looks the same.
I'm sure it does. I'm sure it does. Just as a 3-subject notebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to be much more organized with it. I had individual tabs for each one of the cases with the little things that stuck out with the case name on them. And yeah, it's kind of like when you have your first child, everything's sterilized. Nobody can touch the baby unless their hands are super clean, and don't breathe on them, that kind of thing. And just sit down when you hold them because you might drop them. Then by the time, you get to your third child, it's, you clean off the binky and give it back. And,
Yeah.
Your 6-year-old wants to hold my newborn. Sure. Here you go. Yeah,
I swear my third one's immune system is like outstanding because he just gets into everything, and we just let him do his boy thing. He takes a bath at the end of the day. He's all good.
Yep. Hi, Niners girl. Good afternoon. How are you doing? And Dirty Clean 555. Evie, hi. How are you doing? Woofy. Woofy. Can I get a I like Woofy. Ramsey, hi. Hi, Privilege. Mrs. Kelly, welcome back. Okay, so should I don't know who's covering these 2 cases and who's not.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been kind of watching the Alexi Treviso case, and that's the one with the 19-year-old girl who was basically still a high schooler.
Yeah.
She seems like she has a very, very sheltered existence, much like Carly Russell.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exactly.
There's some weirdness there with the mom.
Yes. So, and just a quick, synopsis is that she said she didn't know that she was pregnant, went to the hospital for back pain, had her baby in the bathroom, full term, y'all.
Yep.
Wrapped him up in the trash and left him there. And he passed. And
the autopsy that came back proved that he had breathed in, right?
Yes. Yeah. Awful. Full term. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I made a video about this case when it was first going around on Twitter, and YouTube reviewed it forever and refused to let me post it. And I didn't even have anything bad in it. There was nothing bad.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, what? Okay, well, I'm just going to get rid of it then. Yeah, I don't know why.
That's crazy.
There's a few channels that I follow that have been pretty much doing updates on it every time it's been posting. So that's how I've been able to keep up with it. Because once they did that, I was like, well, now I'm going to follow it, but it was pointless to try to redo a video. But I've been paying attention for sure.
Yeah, so Pink Butterfly just said, let me go back. Let me find it again. She left house. There we go. The name.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
She knew. I mean, honestly, the photos of her in her cheerleading outfit, how could you have not have even had an assumption the way she looked in that thing? I mean, come on.
I mean, I can get not knowing that you're pregnant for quite a while. With my first, I thought I just had the flu and I thought I was dying. It was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
And I was 20 in my 21st week when I finally went to the hospital because I was convinced I was dying. And they're like, "Could you be pregnant?" I'm like, "No, it's been months." And yeah, I was 19 years old at the time, and I had no idea. And they did the urine test first, and they're like, "This is positive." And I'm like, "No, no, 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 no." So then they brought in the machine and showed me, and there was my now 31-year-old waving at me. It was
wow, that had to be a shock.
That was the first time I saw him. I was way into my pregnancy, and they said, "Well, you're so sick because you're not taking care of yourself." So I started taking care of myself then.
Yeah, my actually, I'll do you one even scarier. I guess my mom's sister-in-law, her sister did not know she was pregnant for 2 out of 3 of her pregnancies until the baby actually came out of her. She has a really weird medical condition. And the first one, she was literally like sitting down on the toilet to pee. And when she stood up, the baby came out. She had no idea she was pregnant. The second time, they, for some reason, weren't taking any precautions or doing like pregnancy tests every now and then just to like check on things. And she ended up pregnant again. And again, full term, she goes to step into the bathtub and out comes the second one. So after that, they started paying more attention and they ended up catching the third pregnancy in like, I think it was the beginning of the second trimester. So she was able to take pills and like pay attention, and they ended up like making sure the baby was born in a hospital this time and there was no issues. But yeah, 2 out of 3, no idea till the baby came out. She had no pains. She was already like a little chunky, like an overweight person, so it didn't really show too much that she was growing a baby, and she didn't really change the way she looked. No one had a clue from looking at her that she could even possibly be pregnant because she was already kind of big. So yeah, crazy. It was crazy.
So now that was another reason that I didn't know either, because I'm one of those that my body did not produce enough progesterone. So I had quite a few losses in my time, but and if your body doesn't produce enough progesterone, you can still have your cycles each month. Mm-hmm. And now Alexi Treviso's a lawyer did make a statement about that, and he said that's one of the reasons she didn't know. And so I get it. I actually understand.
Was that medically proven though?
Your cycle every month when you're pregnant.
But was that medically proven for her that she had a continuous cycle? Like, because if she would have gone to the OB, they could verify that. But are they just saying, "Oh, we were buying tampons every month, so it has to be true"?
Right. Yeah, you can. Anybody at any time, you can just go to your OB and have your levels checked, and they can tell you if you have low progesterone.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they medically can prove that she actually had an active cycle during her pregnancy to prove that statement as fact.
Yeah, that is interesting. How they would prove it. They could. Well, actually, oh yeah, Isabel just said she was definitely showing. I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, she was.
Oh for my sure. Let me pull up my folder on her here.
Yeah, and the friends would have no reason to go around claiming, "Oh, we were talking about baby names, so she definitely knew," unless that was true. So she can try and like say whatever she's saying, but if that's the case and it's coming from several different people, she knew.
Yeah, she knew. She even named the baby. It was awful. Okay, so I have here just a couple of pictures. Okay, so that should be showing now. Okay. I don't like where we are on the screen. Hang on, let me move this. There we go. Okay, so the case, she was charged with first-degree murder, willful and deliberate tampering with evidence. Her trial the pretrial is going to be January 2nd, and the trial actually begins on February 1st. And I'm definitely going to be watching this.
Yeah, me too.
Hopefully I'll be able to stream it or something.
Do we
We'll
know
see.
if they're going to be live streaming or is it going to be pre-recorded and released after? Have they said yet?
Not a word on it. Kind of like with the Idaho 4, we don't
Yeah.
know for sure even on that one.
Okay.
So here's the baby bump.
Oh yeah, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
How can you seriously even try to use, oh, I didn't know, looking at this? Come on.
Yeah. That was off of this person's TikTok. Let's see.
Yeah.
Look at that. Even the one over here is more obvious. I mean, come on.
And I mean, look at the gray shirt.
Yeah.
Look, that's a basketball in her stomach. How could you? Okay. Yeah, she's nuts. And that means the mom is lying too, because any mom is looking at her kid and saying, oh, you're not pregnant. The mom's full of it.
Yeah. Anybody in chat, put a 1 if you think she didn't know.
And you know what else?
I'm not going to see any ones.
Do you remember the first clip of like footage that was released on this where the doctor was walking in and telling them they found the baby?
Oh my gosh, yes, I have that too. It is
okay. So are you going to play it? Because I'll save my statement.
Okay, let me get through these photos real quick. I only have a few. This is her whole cheerleading squad. My little girl, she is 11. She just started cheer, and this is her first year, and it's a lot.
Legendary. You're too much.
What?
You're looking.
What? Why did I put that up? Oh, that's my. Never mind.
Miss Kelly's pleading the fifth. Yeah.
No one's exactly.
Yeah, there ain't
not a one. So that's her. Such a pretty girl. So sad. Okay, so I caught this screenshot real quick on the body cam footage when they came to arrest her that day. I just took a screenshot.
What a cute house.
Did y'all notice this? They put up a it's like a shadow box.
And is that a sonogram?
I don't know. I couldn't really, because when I zoom in, I can't really see. I don't know what this thing is and really what that is, but it's like a shadow box. Did you know this?
Is that one of those like religious candles next to it?
Hang on. Yes, it is.
Okay, so then yeah, that's like that's giving tribute to something. Didn't they inappropriately name the child after the mother that killed it?
Yeah.
Then that's probably what that is. That's for the baby.
Well, yeah, there's his name, but I can't tell what this is. And this is some sort of, oh, that's a photo of him, isn't it? Look, wrapped in a blanket.
Possibly, but wouldn't he have been dead?
Well, yeah. I mean, I had a
That's why I
stillborn
can't tell.
Yeah, so, they treat them like any other baby in the nursery.
Right. I know, but I don't see them giving her a picture of that. That would have been something like after the cops were like brought in, after the baby was found. Like I highly doubt she was even able to take a look at it afterwards. I doubt that they would have been mortified to hand over a picture of that baby to that person knowing what they know. Yeah. Exactly. So maybe it's an ultrasound that they did. Did they do any sort of ultrasounds on her stomach prior? I'm guessing not. If the mom acted like she didn't know. They didn't get that far. They were when they brought in they told her that she was pregnant. She denied it. And she said, no, there's no way, there's a mistake, blah, blah, blah. So then they took her blood and they were waiting for the results from the blood work to come back. And that's when she left. Well, then I have no idea what that could be a photo of, but it definitely looks like a tribute to the baby.
Yeah. But the weird part about that is they never gave this baby a funeral. I couldn't find anything on a funeral.
Pink Butterfly asked if he was cremated.
Might have been, but that I didn't see an urn. Yeah. I didn't see an urn there. So
I don't know.
Crazy.
Was there anything about the body being released? Because I doubt that she's the one being like charged for his murder, so they wouldn't just release the body to her. Would they have to have released the body to the grandma? Okay, Sweet Misery said he was cremated and Alexi has the ashes, but she's in jail right now, isn't she? Or is she out on bond? I'm not sure.
Oh, she's out. She's
out.
She's not even on house arrest. After this happened, let's see, there was the one where do it.
How did they just release his body to her? I don't understand.
Let's have the video. Oh, okay.
In a garbage can. She claims she didn't know she was pregnant and panicked. But as Amber Cogliano reports, many say looking at this video of her with her squad, she had to know she was expecting.
It's dramatic, just released body cam video of cops arresting a teenage cheerleader for allegedly murdering her newborn baby while her mom questions cops.
What is she under arrest for?
She is a warrant for arrest. Okay?
For what?
That's all I'm going to tell you. Okay?
What do you mean that's all you're going to tell me?
19-year-old Alexi Treviso appears calm as she packs a small bag of personal items before being taken from her home. But her mom is distraught as she watches her daughter being handcuffed by cops. Cops say she left her baby boy in the trash in a hospital bathroom.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. He came out and he didn't know what to do.
Alexi says she had no idea she was pregnant and went to the ER for back pain. But is that believable? Check out this video of Alexi performing on her high school cheerleading squad less than 3 weeks before she gave birth. Cops say that's a baby bump showing and she must have known she was pregnant. I spoke with her defense attorney, Gary Mitchell. In the video, she clearly has a baby bump. How can she say she didn't know she was pregnant?
That's what she thought. She thought she wasn't pregnant because she's still having her monthly cycle, and that's a big issue.
Gary, you don't think she looks pregnant in that video?
I don't make a judgment on that, and I can't make a judgment on that.
This body cam video shows the somber moment cops talk to Alexi's boyfriend, Devin Fierro, in a hospital waiting room.
You are more than likely would be the father? Okay.
Alexi is free.
I want to pause there to comment. They cut it off right there, but both of the grandmothers at this point started laughing, and I was furious. I was so furious when I heard that.
On what part?
Right here when they were talking to them in the hospital, right here, when the officer asked, "You more than likely would be the father," these two started laughing.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, really?
Yeah, honestly, and that's her stepfather in the background, right?
Yes, really.
He showed more.
A good guy.
Yeah, I was watching him for most of this little video. He is bawling his eyes out. His face is red. Mama Dearest right here don't even look like she's been crying hardly. He is an emotional disaster back there. And he's just the stepdad. And he is distraught.
Yeah,
that's crazy
to me.
Even
think or talk hardly. He was so upset. And she was just making all kinds of excuses.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, dang. Yeah, it's noticeable. Yeah. It's noticeable.
So I'm going to stick this in the chat really quick in case anybody wants to see the rest of that one. And then here is where, after she was released on bond, she went to the prom. She went to the prom with the same guy. Nope, not supporting you.
And that says a lot about him and his parents too. Honestly, to even allow him to continue to go anywhere with her, knowing what she did, that's insane. To me, I wouldn't be letting my son. No.
Awful. Apparently, I read that they wouldn't let her walk in the cap and gown and get her diploma. They thought that it would be too disruptive, but they let her go to prom.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah. Like, really? You're going to let her celebrate? So there's that link in chat, too. I always put them in chat just so people can go read more. Let's see. Okay, so which footage were you talking about? Which one?
The first one that released where it's they just found the baby and they walked in. The doctor walks in and says that they found the baby, and then the mom starts talking and the doctor interrupts her to say, okay, first things first, we got to get her air flighted out of here because she could still be bleeding internally. It's like, I don't know, like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, I got it here. Okay,
yeah. There's a statement that the mom makes that I have a comment about.
the mother, the woman who delivered the baby, is medically stable.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if she delivered.
I'm not sure if my volume's up high enough. Hang on.
I can hear it. I don't know if it's.
You're
I mean,
good?
I have
Okay.
my headphones set a certain way.
Everybody in
She's
chat able to
moving
hear this
along.
okay?
I just got her accepted to Loveless, so I need to get her up there as soon as possible.
Okay, check this over here right
Okay, so how I need to tell her what's going on, and I need to tell the mother what's going. The mother and they're both in there together. Is one of you willing to be present for that conversation? Are you guys going?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah,
go in right
sure.
now and get this.
While we're doing that,
And then I'll make sure Leela comes down, all the other nurses and stuff are here, and I'll get Leela here. She's in the ship. Hey, Marina, will you get Leela back down here? Marina?
I'm sorry, there's we discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. It came out of me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
Right there.
I just asked you.
Okay. I told you about this. I just asked you, what did I tell you that they do to girls who do this kind of things to their babies? That tells me there was a conversation had about the fact that this girl wanted to get rid of this kid. That's what that sounds like to me. Why would you say, I told you about this? They had a conversation about her not wanting this kid. They knew she was pregnant. That's proof to me.
Exactly. Yep. I agree. They knew.
Yeah, they
Let's
had to
see.
have.
So let's see. I'm going to find the little clip where they found the baby. Here it is.
Okay, good. I'm not the only one. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying they thought the same thing. Yeah, that's definitely verbiage that should be being paid attention to come this court trial. For Mama, too. Because Mama's lying. That's illegal. You're lying to the cops.
Bear with me, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, this is mom at the door. It showed her going down the hallway. I missed it. All right. It's just 1 minute before mom goes to the door, so it's going to be right up in here. She was running. You can barely. Come on, where is it? There it is. Wow.
She moves quick.
And then we go all the way to the housekeeper was cleaning, and there's where she.
Do you know the time difference? I don't know the time between her coming out the
I
bathroom.
wrote it down. Let's see. Okay, so 1:38 a.m. is when she went into the bathroom. 1:57 is when she left the bathroom.
Wow. So she was in there for almost 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And she didn't think to open the door and scream help for 20 minutes?
Yeah. And it wasn't until 2:25 that they discovered baby.
So almost half an hour later. And she just didn't say a damn thing for 30 minutes. Wow. Yeah.
And then the doctors come and grab. He's in here, you guys. Isn't that awful? It's right there. So they take him into this room and.
Oh my goodness. Look at him. That guy, he's like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. Oh my God, in the trash can. Oh.
Heartbreaking, isn't it?
Yeah. Makes me like literally feel sick to my stomach.
So let's see. Here is the channel. Excuse me. Let me see here.
Kels, yeah, that's a good point too. Like she was gone for 20 minutes. I mean, maybe that's why because there's a lawsuit now, right? Like against the hospital. Maybe that's why they're going to try to state that that's the reason why they have a lawsuit, because 20 minutes she was missing from her room and nobody checked on her.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, you could see one of the it was the CNA, the male CNA that kept going to the door and kind of listening, but they weren't doing anything. And it wasn't when she came out of the room at 1:57 was when they were finally walking toward the door with keys.
Oh, so that kind of says that they kind of maybe knew that something was going on.
They knew something was going on because she wasn't answering the door, but it took them 20 minutes to get in the door, or to bring the keys. I would have done it a lot sooner than that myself.
I mean, yeah, for real though.
So this channel right here is the one that has like all the videos, all the footages and stuff. A whole bunch of stuff on here. They have all the interviews with everybody on the case and stuff. It's really, really good collection of all the different footages. But then after this, you guys, after she was in this hospital, then her mom took her to a different hospital.
Oh, I actually did not know that part. I thought they transported her.
Oh, yes, you are right. You're right. I'm sorry. She was life flighted to another hospital. Correct. Okay. Let me see if I have the links on the lawsuit stuff. Let's see. Basically, they're just claiming that it's really the hospital's fault.
Life flighted. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they said that they life flighted her because they needed to make sure she
Wait a minute. This is Bish watched her hands and threw away the tissue and walked away
Wow. Yeah.
from that child. And she wants to blame the hospital.
It's ridiculous.
She's having back pain. So we started working her up. We did a pregnancy test on her, showed positive. She was denying that she had sex. Then she said she had to go to the bathroom. She went to the bathroom. She was in there for quite a while. We kept knocking on the door. Finally, we got her to open the door, and there was blood and shit everywhere. She was cleaning it up. So we took her back to the room, and I was afraid that she knew she was pregnant. She had done something to herself. So the doctor started doing a vaginal exam on her. We had the lady come to clean the bathroom. She put the baby in the trash can, and then she put another clean liner over the top of it. So when they looked in there, there was no trash in there, but it was underneath the clean bag. The baby's dead. Okay, we have him in trauma too, but she killed the kid.
We discovered a dead baby in the bathroom. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. He came out at me and I didn't know what to do.
Lexi, I told you about this.
I had never seen that.
Totally agree with this person. I have not seen this channel. I'm going to put their channel information up here, but I get not knowing what's going on. I get being terrified and hurting and something, shocking like that happening. Women do go into labor without ever knowing that they were pregnant. I get it. Mm-hmm. She could have screamed at that point.
Yeah. I never saw that clip before. Yeah, I'm going to look at this channel. I never saw the clip of the guy saying that whenever they finally got the door open, there was stuff all over the floor. Well, they just let her.
On the other channel. I'll put
Yeah.
that in too.
Because I didn't know that they had like examined her and stuff after she got back into the room. I thought she just went back into the room and then they found the baby and then that's the first time they'd acknowledged her since she got out the bathroom. I didn't know that there was more.
Yeah, it was a, like, I don't, why wouldn't she just scream, somebody help me, oh my God, what's happening, you know?
Yeah. I mean, you're right there. You could just open the door. Those, as far as I know, emergency room, bathrooms, they don't have like stalls. It's a one room situation where you can open the door.
Yeah,
you don't
they
have to
showed
leave
the
a stall
bathroom.
and then reopen the door. Yeah.
They showed the bathroom right after, but you know what? It totally sucks that the cleaning lady went in there, housekeeping, and cleaned the entire bathroom before discovering the baby.
Right. Yeah. Because a lot of evidence goes away with that.
All that evidence was gone. Yeah, every bit of it was cleaned up, but they didn't know.
Yeah.
Until she went to, take the trash, because she said in her interview that when she looked at the trash can, all she could see was the clean liner. She had literally wrapped up the baby and put him at the bottom of the trash can and then put a clean liner on top and then threw a couple of paper towels in there, deliberately hiding that poor baby.
And I mean, common sense, I just don't understand it. I just don't really understand like where the common sense was in this, because he just said that they pregnancy tested her before the situation. They confronted her with the positive. She sat there denying everything. I mean, did she really think the hospital was just going to let her walk away babyless after they just popped her positive? No, it just doesn't make sense.
And I'm telling you, I don't understand how she could even do all this that quietly.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about y'all, but I've been through this, and oh Lord, I was not quiet, even with Demerol and all that.
Do we know if they ever administered her any pain medication prior? Because she went in there with like back pain, right? Do we know if they had given her anything before this?
Yes, they did give her some morphine. Yeah, they did give her some morphine. She also had a whole bunch of ephedrine on board. She was taking a lot of
so it's possible she could have done this and really not felt a damn thing.
So okay.
Yeah, she was on morphine and stuff. She could have, but she could have easily still said something. She knew what was happening. She could see it with her eyes, even if she couldn't feel it because she was on pain meds. She knew what was going on.
So before I forget, let me make sure I'm not on mute. This is Casefied. I am subbing them, and I'm hitting that bell, and I'm gonna drop their link. First time coming across that channel, so I'll be checking the rest of that out, so you can watch the rest of this video. I try not to play all their content, Mm-hmm. Okay, so here is the autopsy report. The newborn did not have any physical abnormalities or injuries at birth. It was observed that air was present in the lungs and stomach. Mm-hmm. I'm going to make this a little bigger for everybody. And the baby was born alive, full 38 weeks of pregnancy. The autopsy indicated that the baby might have been suffocated. I'm looking there was something about toxicology. And I think I saved it says the cause of death was attributed to oxygen deprivation in a contained environment or a trash bag.
Yeah.
Let's see. So yeah, just a quick recap on the case. If you guys have just come in, Alexi Treviso is a 19-year-old woman from Artesia, New Mexico, who is accused of taking the life of her newborn son January 27th of this year. According to the criminal complaint filed by Artesia Police Department, Treviso went to the Artesia General Hospital with lower back pain and was told by a nurse that she was pregnant. Treviso then locked herself in a bathroom and gave birth to a baby boy who was later found not breathing in a trash bag inside the bathroom. Let's see. Asphyxia. I'm looking for her toxicology on here somewhere because it explained how much she had, and I don't see it in here. But all she had in her system was caffeine, diet pills, and some morphine on board. But the morphine, they do give morphine in labor occasionally, but it's really not a good idea.
Yeah.
It can make the baby not breathe, but the baby was breathing.
Yep. That's proven facts.
And so she was released on $100,000 unsecured bond.
So they paid 10 grand to get her out.
Her mommy did, I'm sure.
Yeah. $10,000 is a lot of money on something that, the person's definitely guilty of, and they're an adult. She was not a minor. Mommy needs to understand that.
Phentermine, thank you. Phentermine. Yeah, that's the diet drug. Thank you so much.
I had seen that she had started taking diet pills. Hey, Dago!
Hey, Dago's in the house. You guys, please. One of my mods dropped his link for me. Love his channel. Hey, Devil Dog. Oh, and True Seeker too, if you guys don't mind. I've dropped their channel too. I like sharing channel links with everybody. Some people like don't mention your channel in my chat kind of thing.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
I don't care. Talk about your channel. I love to find new channels. I mean, you see, I just found this one today.
Yeah, I like different ideas. So everyone, like, I get comments like that even to this day. I've had my Kylie Rodney case was my first case, so it's almost a year. And even to this day, people know, like, no, drop me a channel if they've got something that I want to hear. If there's something interesting that you want to tell me who said it so I can go listen to. Give me what you're talking about. I want to know.
Yeah. So like if you guys are in here right now and you have a channel, share it. I don't mind. I love it. I love to see everybody's viewpoints, on all these cases. You could be sympathetic. I'm sympathetic to Alexi as far as like if she didn't know, but there's so much evidence and her friends have been coming forward saying that she did know. It sounds to me that she was just terrified of mama.
Well, it seems to me from that clip that this was a previous conversation, and there's just that I just can't let go of. Once my brain thought that's just something I can't let go of.
Hey, Jesse. Let's see. I wanted to say hi to my two long-term friends in here, Peyton and Asane. Mods for me too now. Hi, Marcy. How are you doing? Hi, Heather. Hello, Mrs. John E. Knapp. V Slims. Hi, honey. How are you doing? Okay. Oh, looky there. Thank you so much, Dago.
You're so sweet.
You.
I love Dago. He's one of my favorites.
He bought me a coffee.
Don't tell too many people. But whenever I get YouTube stuff like that, they think they're buying me coffee, but they're really feeding into my pickled okra addiction. I just haven't had the guts to tell everybody that yet.
Okay, I'm going to be honest. He bought me Pepsi.
See, there you go.
And just in case anybody wants to send, there we go, right there. Or super chat, whatever you want to do. You don't have to. Okay, hang on, let me get that back off of the screen here. I finally figured out how to do these overlays, and I'm so excited about that.
I'm not good with tech, so I stay away from all the real techie stuff. That's why I don't do lives. I'm like, I'm going to mess something up. I'm not even going to attempt this. I'm just going to stay in my lane.
Yeah, it took me forever to figure these overlays out, how to make them transparent,
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was on this channel a while back, and before they started showing some stuff, they said a disclaimer, and I was rolling. Their disclaimer is like the most perfect disclaimer I've ever heard. So I clipped it, sped it up so you can't tell who it was, out of respect for them, but their wording is so funny. I want to play it real quick. I don't think that's it. Here we go.
All statements are theories and opinion, with a little bit of speculation. They are based off of facts. Reliable sources. Also obtained from records off the internet, or some shit like that.
All statements come from reliable sources, news reports, or off the internet, or some shit like that. She said.
That is funny.
I need to slow it down so people can actually like hear it better and just tag the creator because she's funny. I think her name is Shanna. I need to find her. Anyway, okay, so no, I don't like that one. Okay, let me go through my notes here. See if there's anything else I left out on her. Yeah, there's just so much. I'm going to be doing a video on this as well, especially as we get closer to trial. I'll do a video on her, and I hope they'll let me upload it.
Yeah, I mean, so many other people are having no issue. I don't know why. It went into review for the whole 7 days. They didn't cut me any slack, and I didn't cuss in it. I rarely ever cuss in my videos as it is, and if it, and the only clip I played was that one with the doctor talking. And I even cut out the part where they said that they found the deceased infant. I cut out anything that would have been a trigger word, and they still no. Yeah, I don't know.
I'll put that photo back up in case anybody else has missed it. But yeah, you can see the belly bump. And how can you say you're that close with your daughter and just not know?
Yeah, anybody that looks at her could see she was pregnant.
And what's weird is, did they have to do anything? Did they have to change her uniform? Right?
You'd think they would have had to buy bigger clothes. She doesn't look like the type that would just walk around in baggy stuff all the time. She seems like the preppy to do type that's perfectly primped,
Yeah, that's crazy. Crazy. I think that maybe she was wrapping.
Oh gosh.
When I was pregnant, I wore a belly wrap. It wasn't like a binding type, but it was a supporting wrap. Because mine.
Oh yeah, the ones that hold it up to relieve the weight, right? Okay, yeah.
Yes, but you can actually buy the shapers, and wrap them around yourself real tight.
Yeah.
I suspect she might have been doing some of that.
I mean. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you look at the one where she's holding the bullhorn thing, there's some sort of something happening in layers around her stomach. It almost looks like she might have had a wrap thing on and maybe her stomach slipped out of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it was when I was looking at this photo that I was like, yeah, that looks like some sort of belly band.
Mm-hmm.
Pregnancy. Okay, so hang on. Mary P says it's a pregnancy girdle. If she was bouncing around, she had one. Yeah, Spanx. Yeah. There you go, Spanx. I love me some Spanx. I used to wear them a lot. Now I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't really care anymore either. I just wear whatever. I don't care.
Hi, Jeff. How are you doing today? Good to see you. Hi, Sue. Hey, Ramsey. Okay, so since I think the problem was, yeah. Well, I mean, with at least one of mine, it came right out immediately, and they think, I'm gonna say it, but I'm gonna put up my little trigger warning. They believe that she was actually ripping it up and flushing it in pieces.
Yeah, I heard that too.
It's awful.
Mm-hmm.
Awful.
Because I guess the medical report for wherever they transferred her to would show that it wasn't in her stomach, right? Like that wasn't in there anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, it was gone. They did not find it. Yeah. Yep, that's what she did. I mean, it had to go somewhere, you know?
And then she just like walks out the bathroom and there's stuff all over the floor. She didn't think it would be noticed. Like that's another thing that's kind of like insane to me. Like she went through the trouble of putting the baby in all these coverings and hiding it underneath a clean trash bag so it looks like it was a fresh trash can. But then there was like blood and stuff all over the floor.
Yeah, so there was blood and
they interrupted her, right?
Everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Peyton.
It's just crazy.
Mwah, mwah, mwah. I love my Peyton. Let's see. Lulu Love. Hi, how are you doing? Checking chat real quick. Somebody just said something and I can't find it. On this one, I don't know about teachers, but friends apparently noticed and knew. Yep, I agree with Susu. I think they both knew.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And I mean, obviously, her and her dude were active. So you can't tell me that whenever they were doing things, he didn't notice her stomach and he didn't realize it wasn't floppy because it wasn't chunky. It was because it was pregnant. Like, come on.
Yes, and you know, and by the way, Dago said YouTube has been very strict lately and has made it hard to put anything out. So
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
They keep changing their policies too. I follow a channel that I don't even like really pay attention to their content because he has like 8 million subscribers and he's the first to put out anything when it comes to YouTube guidelines being changed. I follow him just for that. And he's really good at getting it out there within like 10 minutes of new policies. He's letting everybody know what's up.
I'm telling you, this white Elantra needs to quit passing my house. It's freaking me out.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That is creepy.
I can see the front yard and dude, it just stopped in front of my house. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Do I have a food delivery that I forgot about? Yep. Looks like I have a grocery. They popped the trunk. Either I have a food delivery or I'm about to be in somebody's trunk.
Yeah. You might want to lock your door and just wait for them to drop it off at the step.
It's so funny. I wish I had another camera because it's actually a white Elantra.
That's a little creepy.
Yeah, they're getting
And you
stuff out.
notice, like, I have never even paid attention to a white Elantras until this case. Now you just see them all over the place.
I know, right?
But that's how it is all the time, right? Like, you never notice a certain vehicle until you buy one, and then suddenly everybody has the same car. Yeah.
Like what Jeff just said, I'm so tempted to buy a white Elantra.
Wife says no. Wife is smart. Do not do that.
Oh, thank you, Kels. I'm on a live, so if anything happens to me, it's I'll turn on my camera real quick.
There you go. Yeah, they've caught some crazy stuff happening on lives too. Whew. There's been some crazy
My
things.
husband's always doing a Uber Eats or grocery delivery or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. Kind of freaked me out though because it drove by like 3 times before it stopped. I was like, okay, buddy, you do.
That sounds so much like the PCA. That's horrible. Yeah, I'd be freaking out too.
It did because I live on a cul-de-sac and it went by, it went around the cul-de-sac, came back by again, and then it turned and then turned around, did like a little 3-point turn instead of going into the cul-de-sac.
See, I live at the end of a cul-de-sac too, so there's only certain vehicles that should ever be down here. So anything that doesn't match what I know is supposed to be here gets my instant attention, and I'm watching it till it leaves my camera screen.
Exactly. Yeah, I have my desk set up in here today so I can see all my bird feeders, which is awesome, and the whole front yard and street and stuff. So, okay, I'm all right now. Let's see. Okay. Jules, did you catch the video that Jeff posted about the Linda Lane camera?
No, I have not, but I'll go check it out here later today. This is getting on here is pretty much one of the first times I got on the computer today, but I'll go check it out.
Well, hello, Carol freaking Claus. I love her. I see her on a couple other channels. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, I got a little goosebumpy there. What's going on? Okay, I'm going to catch up with chat here. Okay. See, nothing can happen to me because anybody comes near the house, my dogs go crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we can't get an Amazon delivery without my dogs trying to jump over the fence.
I'm going to leave it muted for just a moment while I look at my notes and chat, and then I'm going to move over to the other case. And the business is done, thank God. So far, the dogs are quiet, so that's good. Hang on, let me see here. Okay, so the other one is Clancy, you guys. It's crazy. It's a crazy one.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, let me get rid of this one now. So you guys tell me if you know who this lady is. This one's really, really gotten to me. Pick the first. All right, here we go. We'll go with this one. You guys know who this is? And let me go to my notes on it. That's Lindsay Clancy. I forgot her age. I think she's 25. No?
I can't remember. Yeah, she's not very old though.
Yeah, she's not very old. So that's Patrick, her husband, who is actually standing by her. These are her 3 children. They got married in 2016. On January 24th of this year, she unalived all 3 of her babies and then attempted to unalive herself by throwing herself out the window. She cut herself on her throat and wrists and then jumped out the window. And now it's she is still in an undisclosed hospital. This case, you guys, I don't even know what to think about it because I try to look at both sides, and so far, every single solitary person that she knew, this is going to freak you out. Look at this. She is a labor and delivery nurse. Everybody who knew her said that she was a wonderful person, a very loving mother, adored her babies, adored her husband, but she had postpartum depression that turned into postpartum psychosis, and they believe that her medications are to blame because she had a huge cocktail of, I believe it was 13 different medications.
It was a lot.
A lot. So I'm going to go through just a few pictures here really quick. Don't remember what I have in here. So that's her. That's Lindsay Clancy. This is the funeral, all 3 of the babies. It's a memorial outside their home. This is the house back here. One of the last photos of the family. News report. Isn't that terrible? One of the last of the babies. Oh my gosh. How
Yeah,
precious.
I just don't understand humans, honestly.
One of the early, this was on her social media, on her Facebook from when they were dating. Their first baby. That photo right there just breaks my heart. Whenever I see something like this and I see a memorial set up, for the victims, I lose it.
Yeah.
Background.
Yeah.
And you can see, like back here, I mean, Look at all the family photos and peace, joy, family, hope, love, and
Yeah. Everything looked just fine.
it looked like a very, excuse me, happy,
Yeah.
normal life. So this case, she had a court hearing on July 25th. However, I can't find any information on what happened on that trial date. There's nothing on the docket. There's nothing. I can't find any news reports. Nothing.
Wow. Yeah, that's weird. That's weird.
Yeah, that's really weird.
There,
So,
someone commented she's still in the hospital. She's still in the hospital?
yes, she is still in an undisclosed hospital. Yeah.
So what was supposed to exactly happen at this court date?
She was arraigned, and I think this was going to be just, I don't even think it had a title on it.
That's weird.
It didn't have a title. Maybe it was a status conference of some kind. They did. Now I know that they had, the last hearing was in February, a long time ago, you know?
Yeah.
And that was when they determined that she needed to stay in the psychiatric unit of the hospital. But it's all undisclosed. So nobody knows where she's at. And she hasn't talked a whole lot.
Yeah.
That's her in the hospital right there when she was in her arraignment. I mean, look at these sweet photos. I mean, I had depression after my stillbirth, but I never personally had postpartum depression myself. I loved being a mommy. I loved it. It was so awesome. And even, with my third, it was a lot of work. I loved it. And I didn't have that kind of experience. But I imagine that would be rough. I don't get it, how people can not have that connection, that maternal bond. Because as soon as I found out I was pregnant, that was my baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I do know that it happens. Isn't that terrible?
Yeah.
Here's another montage. It's their home. Beautiful home.
Yeah. Nice house.
This is off of her Facebook. Oh, gosh. How did I get so lucky? Man. So I'm going to leave this one up while I talk. Let me see. So there was an arraignment February 7th. There's a podcast on this case that I found.
The only thing I could see just now, like going and doing a search, they just have like some 4 or 5 day old articles talking about the possibility of the husband testifying, but that's like the newest thing that they have.
Yeah, I have that one. The husband did speak out. I just put this link in the chat. This is a whole podcast that they have. It looks like it's Big Mad True Crime. So if anybody wants to check that out, I put it in the chat. If you want to, catch up, because she will have a trial, but no telling when at this point. Let's see. Here it is. Here's Dad did speak out.
Patrick Clancy says his wife was generously loving not only to her patients here at Mass General, but to their 3 children and her husband. For the first time, Patrick Clancy is addressing the public in his own words. Devastating, relentless, and excruciating are just a few ways he describes the unimaginable pain of losing his 3 children at the.
I love when I go to mess with my screen size and then it messes me up on going full size. Because it's got me on this, hang on. There we go. Okay, we're fixed. Sorry, guys.
Hands of his wife, a massive void now left in their place. My family was the best thing that ever happened to me, he said. I took so much pride in being Lindsay's husband and a dad to Cora, Dawson, and Callan. He says it was love at first sight with his wife, Lindsay, and says their marriage was strong even as her condition rapidly worsened. I want to ask all of you that find it deep within yourselves to forgive Lindsay as I have. He says as a family, the Clancys loved scootering at Chandler Elementary and walking along their favorite place on earth, Duxbury Beach. Pleasures cut short with their 3 children's untimely death. Cora, Dawson, and Callan were the essence of my life, and I'm completely lost without them, he said in a lengthy statement. It's impossible to understand how much you will love your kids until you have them. The same goes for understanding the devastation of losing them. 5-year-old Cora was his firstborn, described as having an infectious laugh and incredibly caring. Even in her young age, she had aspirations of being a nurse and a mother, just like her own mom. Clancy's precocious 3-year-old Dawson is described as remarkably smart. The funny and generous toddler loved playing with trucks, tractors, and dinosaurs. And his youngest, Callan, made a lifetime of impact in his short life. The easygoing baby was always happy and vibrant and fought for his life in a hospital for days after being strangled. Clancy said perhaps that's why he held on a little longer, to spare me whatever pain he could. Patrick Clancy also thanked the community for their continued support. He says he doesn't know if this pain will ever go away, but that he'll spend the rest of his life honoring his children. We're live tonight in Boston. Danae Bucci, WCVB News Center 5.
Okay, so yeah, this is from a channel who clipped it, Wandering Mama. Don't know who she is. I'm going to check her out real quick. Let's see. Like she's a new channel. I'll have to subscribe and say hi. So I'm going to put her link in the chat as well. Isn't that just heartbreaking?
Yeah, I have mixed emotions about this one.
I do too. What's puzzling is the timeline, okay?
Yeah.
Back in December 22nd, she told her husband that she had thoughts of harming herself and the children. She told him that, December 22nd. On January 1st, she checked herself into a mental institution. Checked herself. She was looking for help. And all they did was change up her medications and send her home on the 5th. She had, excuse me, I'm sorry, clonazepam, Valium, sertraline, diazepam, and Prozac. Sertraline and Prozac are both antidepressants, and then the Valium's anti-anxiety, as well as the diazepam and the clonazepam. Anything that ends with the letters Pam is a anti-anxiety, as well as Valium. So really, I mean, she got treatment that a lot of women do when we go to the doctor. Whatever's going on with us is minimized, you know. They just tell you she was actually diagnosed with generalized anxiety disorder, and then finally postpartum depression. And then now they're saying that she had postpartum psychosis. However, the problem with that is the state is saying that she planned this by sending her husband out. There was like searches on her phone for the restaurant and for the CVS, which she called and asked them if they had children's Miralax. Then told her husband, like, I don't want to cook today. It's been a long day. Will you go get food? He said yes. So then she sent him to the 3V restaurant. And it was while he was gone to get food and the medicine is when she did all that.
Yeah.
The state is saying that she planned it out. She's saying that she had just psychosis just happened to her. So we don't know, like, what happened.
And I mean, I see their point, because why did he have to go anywhere? Why couldn't they have just had something delivered knowing that she needed to be watched?
Yeah, I do believe that she needed to be watched. Now, this lady has gone viral on the case, Kelsey Olam, and she has a video. I can find it really quick. It's the one that's like so many views. She has been very vocal with her struggle with postpartum depression and postpartum psychosis. And here's the video.
In light of the Lindsay Clancy case, I will be unapologetically loud about sharing my postpartum psychosis story. If you don't know what I'm talking about, this is it. As of now, I haven't seen that that's what she was officially diagnosed with, but as somebody who has gone through it, I can definitely relate. I'm going to go ahead and give a trigger warning because I will be talking about some tough stuff. On December 26, 2010, I was diagnosed with postpartum psychosis. I was admitted to a behavioral health unit where I spent an entire week. And before that, I was suffering from postpartum depression, postpartum anxiety, hallucinations, delusions, and suicidal thoughts. I remember during that time, the 8 months that I was really suffering, that I felt so alone. I felt like nobody would understand what I was going through. If anybody did know, they would take my baby. And it just kept getting worse and worse as the days went on. On December 24th, 2010, I wrote my goodbye letter. I put it inside of a Bible where I knew my husband would eventually find it. And on December 26th, I went to work. I planned on leaving work and going home and ending my life at that point. I had a psychotic break at work, and I was taken directly to the hospital after I tried to physically fight my husband to take me home instead. If it weren't for his quick action, I would not be here today. As somebody who suffered from postpartum psychosis and severe postpartum depression anxiety, I can say that I completely was out of touch with reality. The thoughts that I had were truly terrifying, and it's still hard for me to think about today. I think it's extremely important as a woman to show up for other women, especially in that postpartum time. And if you are married or with a partner and your partner has a baby, it's important to learn the signs of postpartum depression and anxiety so that you can learn how to support and love them through it. And you can also look for warning signs. I truly believe that I got a second chance at life when my life was spared. And I feel like this is my calling, to use social media as a platform to educate people about postpartum psychosis and also to prepare partners and spouses for what their partner could face after having a baby. In light of the Lindsay Clancy case,
So, Jules, what do you think about this video that I just played and the case in general?
I mean, like I said, I have like mixed emotions about it. Because I mean, I understand that she was trying to get help, and really there's a lot of fault in the medical field when it comes to this kind of thing, because there's no way that she should have been able to walk into a facility, say, hey, I'm literally having thoughts about killing myself and my 3 kids, and been able to just walk out in 4 days. There's no way in hell that should ever be a thing. Medications only go so far. I know by personal experience in dealing with my kids that have had traumatic things happen to them, that medications only do so much. You have to actually work on the issue. So you have to be talking to somebody professional. You have to be trying to get things out. I don't know if she was actually seeing a therapist or not, but just throwing a whole bunch of medications at somebody and not giving them any actual tools to work with doesn't do anything. It doesn't do anything. It actually just makes the problem even bigger. But then I still have issues with her just knowing those things. I mean, especially with what she worked in, she knew the causes and effects of the things that she was thinking. And then she still, instead of just getting something delivered and using Instacart, you Uber your food, you send your husband out knowing damn well you should not be alone with your children. So, I mean, you can still, I guess you can blame some of that on the psychosis if that really is exactly what they can prove that she had. But she definitely was talking about this ahead of time. So there's also a lot of other things that should have been put in place in order for this to not be a situation. He should have never left. And he knows he should have never left, which is, I think, why he's so easy to forgive her for it, regardless of the medical thing. The situation was already well known, and that should have been handled a little differently. He should have never left. There's resources, not just other people around you, like family, friends, neighbors, but we have services that only cost a couple bucks to use so that you don't have to leave your house. But there's to me, there's multiple levels of at faultness here. The medical thing, the way that women are treated in the medical field has always been a super bad situation. A lot of women are never heard. I mean, Dago was telling a story on his live the other day about how he ended up having to have brain surgery, basically, because he was going to his doctor and trying to tell his doctor what was going on. His doctor was like, yeah, it's all in your brain. Yeah, physically it was. It wasn't a mental thing. He seriously was about to die. So these doctors, they really don't even care. So there's a lot of steps to a lot of things, because this is not an abnormal situation, sadly. We just had one in Oklahoma like a couple weeks ago, and the mom offed herself and her 3 kids. And we had one in Dallas where a woman took her like 7-year-old because of massive depressive and psychosis issues from things that had been untreated since her daughter was born, brought her up to the garage at the top of a parking lot and took them both out. Like, these things are not treated seriously. Mental health is not treated seriously. But I still feel if you're cognitive enough to create a plan, I don't, that's my difficulty. It does feel like it was sort of planned by her. And I just don't know how much of that planning can actually be used when trying to say that someone's technically legally insane at the time that they did something wrong. But a lot of crazy people that do crazy things plan those crazy things. So it's like I said, it's mixed. It's mixed. I feel like it's a good thing that we know that she was reaching out for help, but that makes the situation even worse.
It does. It does.
Mm-hmm.
On the case file, it showed that her attorney said that all those things that I said about her, trying to reach out for help, and then she was released January 5th.
Yeah, that's only 4 days.
In the next few weeks, her husband asked her if she was still having any of those thoughts, and she said no. And then they left it at that. In the meantime, she's on all of these medications, and I was on, I think it was Zoloft.
That's a horrible one.
It helped me.
Ooh, it makes whatever is wrong with my bloodline, anyone that's related to me through my father that has tried to take Zoloft, it turns them into a very angry, violent person. Literally everyone in the bloodline cannot take Zoloft. It makes them literally like homicidal rage. It's very strange.
Yeah, I've heard that. Who was it in chat that just said a little while ago, and I missed it? It skipped by. Somebody said that she is in the hospital until November.
I did see that.
Who was that? Can you say that again so I can put it up? Because all I know is that the last information that I could find was that she was in an undisclosed hospital while a grand jury was being situated. She hasn't even been indicted yet. Don't get me started on grand juries. You know how I feel about them.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like grand juries. I think they're bad for people. Let's see.
Yeah, you've got to hear both sides, or it's just not fair.
I agree with everything that you said. This is a heartbreaking, very heartbreaking case, and it's a very complex case. So that's why I know it's just so triggering for so many people. She was such a beautiful mom, and the babies were so beautiful. I don't understand any of it.
I think the worst part of it is that she worked in this field and was very aware and was trying to reach out to the resources that she was basically preaching to other people to. So it was in my mind, I mean, it sounds like she was really reaching out for things that she really believed would work, because she'd been telling people, hey, if this is how you feel, this is what you have to do. So, I mean, maybe a lot of it could also be the fact that, these were things that she was taught were supposed to help people. And after she went through all of the loops, she wasn't feeling any better. So that could also be something that maybe triggered her a little. I don't know. There's a lot to this case. Several layers.
And like you said, we really don't know if she planned it out. Did she actually deliberately send him away to have time to do this? Would she plan something like that? Or did she actually have a psychotic break, just happened to be while he was gone?
Yeah, and I mean,
that part I'm stuck on. If she was going to have a psychotic break, why did it happen just while he was gone?
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, like Googling food and seeing if a certain store has something that you need is pretty normal.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really lead to like it being super planned, but at the same time, both of them knew what was happening. It had been very, very verbally handled, and she'd already been in the hospital, and it was a very well-known situation. I just feel like, I don't know, maybe it just felt so normal that neither one of them thought about it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like to try to give the benefit of the doubt for things, but I just feel like it should have all been handled differently.
Well, Dago just says something. If you don't have a clear medical background or education, it can be hard to get the right help. But she did.
She
was
did.
a nurse,
She did.
She didn't even get the right help.
Yeah. I mean, even, yeah. And I'm sure that she not only, was getting therapy when it's on medications and, went to this hospital, but I'm sure that she was having conversations with people in her, in her realm that she worked with about these things, trying to like get people's advice on stuff. She seemed very vocal about the problem.
Okay, so yeah, that's the only, okay. So Cora, Dawson, and Callan were their names. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's pretty much the only notes that I have on this case. I found their social media and stuff, but I really don't want to blast it. I just did that one little screenshot. Because frankly, I wouldn't want it done to me. So, I couldn't have said it better myself. It's kind of like, okay, so here, I'm going to read this real quick. Because I love the way Dago thinks. I love the way you think. So Dago says, if it was planned, she may have made her husband believe she was okay at the moment and could have possibly been in the midst of her breakdown.
Right, like the eye of the storm, where it's nice and calm. Yeah.
But and Marcy, 13 medications. Come on, it was her health professionals that failed her.
For real. Because I mean, you also have to think about this. You get on so many medications, they can only really calculate to a certain degree the way that those medications are going to counteract with each other. They're not going to be spot on with that many medications in a regimen. So there's a lot of that could have been causing a lot of actual issues because that was so many chemicals being thrown at her.
Legendary says, someone come watch these 6 kids. Not it. Wow, chat is really good. Let me know, mods, if I need to slow it down. I can't even keep up. Yep, it is a lot of medication.
It is. It is a super lot.
Okay. Oh, that reminds me of something. Lulu Love says she volunteered with an NAMI and was trained to give my story of living with mental illness. I love that.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd be surprised what telling your story to other people can do to.
Exactly. That's why I like this TikToker that I shared, I volunteered not for very long. It was only for maybe a year, but way back, like after my second child. Yeah. My daughter was real young at the time. She's 28 now. I volunteered at the hospital for what's called the First Steps program. And that's where we would go in and meet the new moms and dads, the ones that were at risk for abuse. And we would just go in there and share information with them and talk with them a little bit and let them know, where resources are, give them all the information before they went home from the hospital, and just kind of love on them and love on their babies. And, I get to go sit in the nursery and hold the babies. It was awesome.
Oh,
Dago is backstage. Shall I bring him up?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, hello, Dago. How you doing?
Good afternoon, ladies. How are you? How are you today?
Yeah, we're
Good. How are you?
Oh, 1 second. I got a double whammy on here.
Uh-oh.
You're fine. No worries. Yeah, that was a really interesting experience for me.
There we go.
And it was good for me as well, just as a mom, to know myself, all the resources that are out there. I went to counseling a couple of times at one of our women's centers here when I was feeling overwhelmed, but I never had like postpartum depression. For me, it was wrestling 3 kids. It was a lot,
Yeah. Trying to be able to balance it all.
We have a really good women's resource center here.
Yeah, it is. It's really sad.
I really hate seeing this stuff. My mother's been a nurse for 50 years, and my wife has got 2 degrees in psychology, and I've been around this stuff and learned about this stuff. And being in EMS, I've dealt with a lot of it too. Like I said, my wife, I went through her schooling with her to get her degrees and stuff like that. And you learn a lot of these things about people themselves. You know what I mean? So, it's sad. She's had case stories that she had to study to do some of her college, and the classes that she took. And you see a lot of this stuff, and it's very, very disheartening to know that there's so many people out there that are going through this that can't get the help that they want, that don't know that they need the help until it's too late sometimes. That's what bothers me about this so much.
Yeah, somebody in chat just said that, they didn't even tell anybody when they were going through it. And I understand that too, because you're afraid they're going to, come take your kid,
Yeah, right. That's a stigma. A lot of people, that's it right there, and it's horrible. True, it's horrible. That's absolutely horrible. I
sadly,
I have a very, very high regard for women and mothers and the way that they're treated. I always have, based on growing up the way I did. And it's insane. It's absolutely insane the way that you guys are treated in a lot of different areas of society. And I can't stand it. So.
Aw, Dago, thank you. Lisa in chat says, this is sad. She says, my husband was killed when I was 7 months pregnant. I came up with a very detailed plan for myself, not my daughter. Yeah. Thank God my parents weren't too noticed. Girl, we need to give Lisa some love in chat. My goodness.
Sorry to hear that.
Big hug. I'm so sorry. So sorry. My goodness.
And again, she probably just picked up and continued on because that's what you guys do. That's how strong you guys are. And then it's just insane. I've always said that. There's no way that men could survive without you guys around here. I'm telling you.
Aw.
It's a fact. I've said that time and time again. Jules has heard me say that before too. It's amazing.
Hi, Natalie. Thank you. Welcome. Hi, onward and outward. Yep, that's kind of how we do things. Like what you just said. We just go onward and outward.
That's right.
Keep going. I had a huge loss. I had a stillborn son, and my babies were 4 and 2 at the time, and I didn't have a whole lot of time to just sit around and mope. I had kids to take care of, and it was hard. And I just had to get up and keep going. Awful.
Yeah.
But
don't have a choice, really.
Fact. How many single mothers go back to, I've seen this being an EMS and transporting people and dealing with things. How many mothers go back to work after not even being off 6 weeks of having a baby because they're dealing with everything on their own? They got 2 other children or whatever that they're taking care of. They're working again. I mean, it's unreal. It's absolutely unreal.
I went back for my last one. I went back 2 weeks after my C-section on my birthday.
Oh, my word.
Yeah. Fun times.
Truth Seeker says Lindsay was in no condition to advocate for herself. She needed someone to be with her 24/7. So and this is like what Jules was saying. Her husband off on errands, and leaving her home with the kids. Just like, I'm sorry, I'm going to bring it up. Billy Joe.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, that's a bad.
Knowing full well she was unfit.
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I can sort of understand her allowing her to move in with a new baby in the effect of her being able to keep an eye on that baby too. But then knowing that she just openly left her
failed.
alone after she took the
Yes.
kids away, that makes no sense whatsoever.
She failed.
She
horribly
failed
on that.
horribly. Yes. Horribly. That whole case is just disgusting.
It is completely.
Yeah, that one's coming up in January as well, right? That trial.
I believe so. Yeah, they filed a bunch of stuff. She's trying to get the charges dropped.
Right.
Yeah.
And the judge is taking a while to even respond, and everyone's anxiously waiting. Unless I don't think he's responded yet, but I know last week whenever I was looking up everything, they were still waiting on a response because there was a rebuttal from the state.
I still think Billy Joe should be charged for that too.
There should be some sort of something with child endangerment or something for sure.
Yeah. Exactly. I said that.
She was the one legally responsible for the other two, for Quentin. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
she was the guardian. And you guys, I've shared a little bit about this. I did a video on Billy Joe and Leilani a long time ago. And I was like, Billy Joe is bullshit. Sorry. She knew.
Yeah, I agree.
When she was trying to say, well, I didn't know she was still using, she made all these lies up about custody.
That's a lie.
Yeah, it was all a bunch of bull crap. I put up a video and I literally displayed my guardianship papers with my grandchildren. I'm raising my grandchildren. I'm doing the mom thing all over again.
Oh, wow.
And,
God bless you. God bless you.
Because of addiction with my 31-year-old son. Now he's clean now. He's doing great now, but they're never getting these babies back. They're mine.
I don't blame you.
So I had to show, I was like, you guys, and I mean, I only had like 1,000 subscribers then. I don't have, large voice, but I was like, you guys, look, she's lying. This is what guardianship papers look like. What she presented to the CPS when they came by that one time wasn't even guardianship papers.
No, they weren't.
It showed that they were trying to investigate to prove that she had guardianship of her grandchildren. Turns out she didn't. She didn't even have full. She had.
It wasn't through the court, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's the question I had. If it was actually through the courts, or if it was just something that they kind of like agreed to, because I couldn't find anything valid.
No,
I
remember?
I went to the court file. I may even still have something in here. I'm gonna look.
I thought you were on the panel with us when we did that. Jules, when we had found out that it was not court documented.
I thought so, but I just couldn't remember. And I know that we've done so many that I couldn't just go back and actually find it without, probably reaching 80 years old first.
Yeah, it was a verbal agreement.
Okay, so nothing legal.
No, not one document. We couldn't find anything.
That's what's going to save her from charges, because if no court gave her legal guardianship, then granted she's an adult, but it was her home. And she has ethical and moral, responsibilities that she failed at. But if there was nothing that the court assigned her, I don't know if they can charge her with anything.
Oh, it sucks too. It really
I know. Those are those things that get on my nerves. It shouldn't even matter. If there was a verbal agreement that everyone knew about, then that should be legally binding.
I think what we had found out was that it was a verbal, a temporary thing, and it was just, I'll take care of them until we can figure out what to go on with or whatever it was. And there wasn't enough time for it to happen.
Can you see what's on my screen? CPS actually had custody of the babies at the time.
Right. That's what
they were placed with Billy Joe as a.
So this is a legally binding thing then?
Yes. Well, see right here. This is actually from the court file. They summoned Leilani for child support.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
And let's see. I'm gonna go through these.
But the court didn't actually put the kids in
them before they could go to court.
Right. That's what it was.
Yeah, because there was an eviction in process too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, here's the non-custodial. See, it says non-custodial parent, non-parent custodian.
Yeah, there's
he had CPS placement, and then the DHS was going after Leilani for child support.
That should be legal enough to give her some sort of neglect charges then, honestly.
And then here's all the default paternity and child support order. I have all this stuff. I got it directly from the file from the court. Let's see. And then I have, I don't know what this is. Let me look at it real quick and see what it is. Okay, this is when she was suing them for the eviction, yes. And
Okay,
this was September of 2022. That's when she sued him to get him out of the house. And if anybody doesn't know who we're talking about Quentin Simon. Didn't even get to see his second birthday. That's his lovely grandmother.
She's a
who left
disaster.
him with this psycho. Okay, let's see what else I have. So I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, any mother that would take her daughter out to go drinking in the midst of a case like this, that shows where her obligations lay.
See, here's my guardianship papers. In their thing, they were she's told the police and CPS that she had guardianship, but she didn't. This is what she would have had if she had guardianship. See, all that.
I wish there was a way to charge her. I really do.
And then right here, well, I don't like that screenshot I took, but it has. I need to get a better view of it. They tried to prevent taking him away and the baby. They reviewed Child Protective Services history from other counties. See, there was actually history of investigations from other counties.
Yeah, and if I remember right, Billy Joe had open cases for her kids, and CPS knew about that. And in turn, that was one of the big things that I made a big deal about. How do you give a child to somebody that you know you've had issues with in the past? You know what I'm saying?
That's right here. Substance abuse rehabilitation treatment following in utero drug exposure to the child. Let's see. Providing an updated substance abuse assessment, rehabilitation treatment, requesting drug screening of the mother.
Yeah, like all three of the kids tested like drug positive, right? Whenever they were born,
yes,
all
they
three
did.
of them.
Yep.
I don't understand, man.
They utilize a voluntary kinship care agreement. And then they attempted to verify the maternal grandmother's claim to permanent guardianship. See?
Yeah.
They should have never left the hospital in her care if they tested positive. I'm sure they do the cord blood test. And if there's any kind of, when the baby's born, there's any kind of a positive result for that, then CSP has to step in and automatically take custody of those kids. So if that's the case, and that's what happened, that's what should have happened.
And I don't understand how, baby number 3 is born the same way and she still was able to even be around them.
That's what I mean. It doesn't make sense.
That's how they get around it, though. What they do is they do a family kinship agreement, and they say, okay, grandma's going to have the kids, right?
Yeah.
And then the mother, the bad person, the mother, father, whatever, they just move in with grandma. So it's like nothing's changed at all.
Yeah, that's how they get them off their back.
I'm going to do a little comedy interlude here for everybody. One of my favorite memes. I need...
Oh, A1. We can't have steak without A1.
Kinky.
That's hilarious.
I love it. I love it.
When I get mad, I have to pull up something funny. I have to. So
well, even if it's marijuana, it doesn't matter what it is, Kels. From what I understand, it has any positive test will not allow the child to leave the hospital. Oh, check that out.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that before. Yeah.
Right.
Fat butt.
That's cute.
The bottom part. Look at the bottom part. Do what you must, for I have already won.
Right. And God happy right there.
He tore him up too.
Oh gosh. Whew. Okay. Let's see. Oh, here we go. Here's me when I'm live.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Here's the good one.
It's losing its geniuses.
Humanity is losing its geniuses. Aristotle died, Newton passed away, Einstein died, and I'm not feeling well today either.
Right.
There you go.
Sorry, I just showed my child. I need to take that one out of there. Let's see. What is this one? Oh,
I heard it's
That on
like the depths of hell down there where you're at, Jules.
Oh, bro, yeah, it's 104 right now.
Oh my God, I don't know how you guys do it down there. I don't.
I mean, it's not horrible. There's only like a couple hours during the day that the air conditioners are really trying. So it's not. I mean, but it's not bad. We got a lot of shade, but the feel like is usually like 10 degrees higher than the actual. Sometimes 15 degrees higher than the actual. I don't know. Our dirt just soaks up the sun more than other places, I guess. I don't understand it.
It's only 100 here.
No, it was 104 here for Friday. Yeah, 104 on Friday. We were stuck inside completely. No way in hell.
Mm-mm.
I hate heat.
Jill, stop lying. LOL. We're melting.
We are.
Texas.
We're melting. We're trying not to melt for real. It is
what
bad.
I said earlier. Somebody else was in CJ's chat earlier, and I was like, "Yeah, I heard it's like the gateway into hell down in Texas. You just knock on the door and they'll let you in."
Yeah, my dogs don't even want to go outside. They're like, nope, not today. And they're like mostly black. They're border collies, so they're getting like heated up super quick as soon as they walk outside. They won't have nothing to do with it. They just sleep all day.
We got lucky. It's 79 here and breezy. It's nice. I love it today.
I'm jealous. I'm so jealous.
I wanted to bring up this one really quick, and read that, and then I'm going to pull one thing up here.
Oh wow, okay.
So
see, I think here in Ohio they do have to be signed into a program, but the mother has to be tested negative so many times before they'll let her take the baby from that point.
You know what's sad about this one? She was in a hospital that's a safe place. She could have, if she had the baby right there in that bathroom, she could have just walked out of the bathroom and said, "That just happened, take it." And they would have taken the baby, no questions asked, no charges, no nothing.
Mm-hmm.
In one of those safe haven hospitals. Can you believe that? She did this in a safe haven hospital.
I mean, even if it wasn't a safe haven hospital, chick's still in an emergency room. The baby didn't have to die, regardless.
Nope.
I mean, it's just insane that she's literally around all of the top-notch medical care that she would possibly need, and this is still how it was chosen.
That's the part that doesn't make sense to me.
Put that in email.
Okay, so there's a lot of people in the comments that have kind of mentioned this throughout the thing. They're claiming there's no safe haven laws in New Mexico, but to me, it still doesn't matter to me, honestly.
That was actually in one of the interviews. One of the hospital employees stated that in one of the actual police interviews that they couldn't believe this happened because they were like, "Our hospital's a safe haven." She could have just told us.
Well, I mean, does the safe haven law even apply to hospitals? Because all hospitals are supposed to be safe havens regardless. Like, it's a medical facility. So that's kind of weird that would even, have anything to do with a hospital setting.
Mary says no. I'll look into that a little more. I mean, you would think that even if it wasn't, she had other options.
Sorry, I thought that was nationwide.
I mean, honestly, I thought so too. But the states do have the options to do things. But I don't know why you would just. I mean, I don't understand the concept of creating a no safe haven policy in your state. That's kind of dumb.
Well, this happened in I just have one of my wild birds just beat on my window here. Let me look. Yep, one of the feeders is empty. I swear, Jules, between my dog picking up his dog bowl, dropping it on the floor over and over, like, "Hello, can you not see that this is empty?"
We have that here too. Fire department, police departments. We even have in our fire. This has been a long time. Like the fire station, when I retired, we had, no lie, like a drawer that was from the outside of the fire station that you could set a baby inside this drawer, push it in, and it locks out to where you can't pull it back out. Yep. And on the inside of the station, we reach into the box, take the baby, and these people, there's no questions asked. You know what I mean? So
Mary P says no politics, but since SCOTUS overturned Roe v. Wade, some states have made some serious changes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm on this website called safehavenlaws.uslegal.com, and it shows safe haven laws for New Mexico, and I'm not seeing like a term date for that law.
Right, exactly.
So I'm gonna have to look more into that because
2021. I don't really know. I'm literally going to. I'll dig a little more on this. Tell me if you find something. I'm digging in another tab as well.
What's this girl's name again?
Alexi Treviso.
Treviso, that's right.
And you know, and I don't know if you know this, but sickeningly enough, they named the baby Alex after the woman who killed him. Like how? I don't understand how that was even like. I know that you do whatever you want, right? But there has been times when the government has stepped in and told parents, "You cannot name your child that." I'm sorry.
No,
I feel like this probably should have been one of those times that a little bit of overstep probably maybe should have been considered because that's just gross to me.
Yeah, I'm showing the screenshot again that I got from that body cam.
Just
whatever this shadow box or whatever it is over here.
Mm-hmm.
But again, there was no urn on this table.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they did with the baby.
I sent you that safehavenlaws.us legal website in the private chat, and it opens right up to the New Mexico safe haven laws.
Okay.
Yes, Lisa, that happens here a lot, honestly, and it just happened. You're right. Last week, 2 of them, and they happen 2, 3, 4 times a week. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. There's been a lot of stories where the firefighters who opened the box, they end up like adopting the baby.
Yes, that happened. That happened at a not my station, but it was 2 cities over from where I was stationed at. That a gentleman and his wife could not have children, and they allowed them to adopt the baby. It was beautiful. I loved it.
That is, yeah, I watched that one. It's awesome.
I mean, I'm glad because 9 times out of 10, at least these people are using this option instead of just not. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's so unbelievable. I would have never imagined this as a child, even knowing things like this happen or exist. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's insane that these things have to exist.
Yes.
But it's good that they're putting them in place.
Okay, why is this saying it says 2006? New Mexico's they've been
that's when that was put into place, right?
Statutes. Yeah, just
probably, yeah.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's an article. They have an article just from March 1st of 2022 stating that they want their citizens to familiarize themselves with the safe haven.
Yeah, I think everybody's on board. That's what I thought. I thought everybody was on board with it. It was a Supreme Court thing that they did and blah, 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 blah. And then we talked about it on a show that I did months, like almost a year ago. But yeah.
HB 0374. I just pulled up the thingy right here. Up to 90 days old, no questions asked.
Yep. That's it.
Yeah, that's what this says here. 90 days.
And I haven't seen
I used for my show.
I haven't seen anything in my searches telling me that this has ended.
Mm-mm.
Well, I don't know why they would end it anyway. That doesn't make any sense, but
yeah, that's crazy.
It says it was changed as of 2023 in the state of New Mexico. Really?
Well, I'm not finding that.
Why would you change that though?
Can you email me that, Mary, and I'll pull it up? Are you from there, Mary?
12 years in some places. General public doesn't think it because people don't use it.
Legendary. Okay. Anyone know a good
Okay, so right here, hold on. No, I found I'm going to let you pull this article up because this one states New Mexico would remain a safe haven for A-word and trans health care under approved bill for the whole Roe versus Wade reversal thing. So it doesn't look like that made any differences. And this article is from March of 23.
Was it something they were going to maybe try to change and it just didn't happen?
I don't know why you'd want to. That's insane to me.
It is dumb, but.
Well, it says remain a safe haven.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's
already been since I went down here. All I did and go like this, and it pulls up the original right there. So this is it. They would remain a safe haven.
Oh yeah, I see it. I'm reading the article now. Okay.
Oh, let's see. Oh wait, hold on. I just found another article. This is weird.
Okay.
Well, I'm actually kind of confused about it because it
2023
states
legislation.
why New Mexico doesn't have a safe haven law, and it says January 11th of 23, but then it states October 1st of 22 is whenever this was written. But this is
That
the only
doesn't
thing
make any
I'm
sense
seeing.
because it shows that it was a statute already.
Yeah, so I'm going to send you this one too to look at, but this is the only one that I can find that states that it doesn't have one. Everything else is showing me that it's active. And
Yeah, I
that
was
article
looking.
right there was March. This one's January, so March is younger, more
Okay,
recent.
here's what Jules just sent me, guys. It says, why New Mexico doesn't have a safe... What? Hernan Gonzalez, have you not seen this page, dear? Let's see. Yeah, that's crazy.
This might be wordplay, actually, because
Yeah.
there is no safe haven law in place, but then it says the Safe Haven for Infants Act governs state laws that protect infants from abuse or harm under New Mexico law. So I think that's just wordplay. It's the Safe Haven for Infants Act.
There's a damn verbiage I tell you guys about all the time.
Yeah, and then down here, yes, New Mexico is a safe haven state. So this is just verbiage. This person is annoying. Whoever wrote that.
It says right here. It says right here. I'm reading a different article. It says New Mexico Safe Haven for Infants Act. You can leave a baby up to 90 days old at a hospital, fire station, or police station without being charged with the crime of abuse or abandonment. You must notify someone you're leaving the infant, and you cannot leave the baby alone. The state will take custody of the baby and provide any necessary services. You can find more information on the specific links, which would be the state of New Mexico, Mexico Children's Services Act. It's in effect right now. Yes.
So this is, I'm going to send you something I just found from April of 23. So just 3 months ago, because the person in the chat claiming this is claiming that this stuff changed in 2023, but that's not what I'm seeing. Because the one I just sent you is from April, and it says here in New Mexico, we have what's known as a safe haven law where parents can give up their babies without facing criminal charges. And it goes into what Loveless's safe haven program is. And again, this is only 3 months old.
I'm going to play it real quick and see how long it is. It doesn't show me without clicking it. So
Okay, yeah, and I just found it, so I haven't
Here in
listened
New
to it
Mexico, we have what's known as a safe haven law. It allows parents to give up their babies without having to worry about being criminally charged. So here to talk about the safe haven law is Denise Campbell. Thank you so much for waking up with us this morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. On behalf of the Loveless Hospitals, we wanted to bring awareness to the community about Safe Haven. Safe Haven is a law that's aimed to support infants less than 90 days and any individual who is dropping off the infant at a Safe Haven site. A Safe Haven site is defined as hospitals, police stations, and fire stations. And so in order to make sure that we were prepared for the Safe Haven law, we put together a PowerPoint to make sure that we are educating current staff and ongoing staff. We also have a policy. We have an intake sheet as well, which helps guide employees to do the next steps. Part of those next steps is when we take chain of custody of the infant, we do notify CYFD immediately. And then the last thing that we created is a one-page resource document to give to any individual who is relinquishing the baby. One of the last things that we did was a big marketing poster, and every one of our hospitals has it outside of our hospitals, just to show that we are a safe haven location. And so, if anybody finds themselves in a scary situation, we just want everybody to know that we are there to help.
Yeah, you can see some of that information right there on your screen. So does Loveless have safe haven programs in all of its hospitals across the state?
Yes, we do.
Okay, sounds good. And so what is the process when a baby is taken to a safe haven location?
Yes, so depending on where the baby is dropped off, the staff are instructed to take that baby straight to the emergency room just to make sure that the baby is stable. And then at that point, that's when we call CYFD so they can come and, take over care of the baby.
All right, and you mentioned that we can find information through a PowerPoint, right? So where can we find that?
Yes, so internally we have that for our employees, but that we can absolutely share that with whoever needs it.
Okay.
Bam. Nice. Yeah.
Yeah, so they definitely have. But again, and I go back to what I said before. Who cares if it was or not? She's in a hospital. She didn't have to kill it. She's in more trouble now for killing the baby than she would have been if she would have had it and given it up for whatever could have possibly happened to her for just giving up the baby. It's worse now. So it doesn't matter, safe haven or not. This was the worst choice that she could have made in this situation.
Yeah, she had other options. There
A million of them.
That can't be the only option, you know.
Yeah, I mean, baby could have easily been given up for adoption instantly. The second that she had the baby, she could have just been like, I can't do this. Here you go. Do what you got to do. But I'm done. I'm wiping my hands of it. And we wouldn't be here. And she would have, a little bit of a life to keep going with. And this wouldn't be the situation.
Yeah. And that was what one of the employees was saying to the detective when they were interviewing him. She was like, I just can't believe this. I don't understand it. She was right here in her hospital in the emergency room. We're a safe haven place. She could have just said, I don't want it.
Yeah. Simple.
So, yeah.
3 words.
I understand. I can't wrap my head around doing something like that to a full-term, beautiful baby boy.
Yeah.
It just makes me seriously want to cry. It's so sad.
Dago said he got back on the link.
Okay, gotcha. Here we go. Welcome back, Dago.
Sorry about that. Somebody sent something to my Discord about this, and I hit the wrong thing, and it knocked me out. But it does state, in the state of New Mexico, as of October 1st of 2022, it says there is no safe haven law in place. This means that people, so this must be what they were referring to.
Read the next paragraph, because I think you're reading the exact same article I was just talking about. Read the next paragraph.
There is no safe haven law in place. This means that people are not allowed to anonymously leave a child at safe haven locations such as police station or hospital without facing any legal repercussions. The reason for this is because authorities want to ensure that every child is properly taken care for and any potential case of neglect is investigated. That's all it says.
So it doesn't say
wait, down. Okay, now it's down below. It says the Safe Haven for Infants Act governs state laws that protect infants from abuse. Okay, so that's weird.
The exact same one. That's the one that I said that was the only one that said that there wasn't one, and I said it was just wordplay. Yeah, that's the exact same one.
That's called propaganda.
Yeah, because in the next paragraph they state, we do have a safe haven law. It's just called this infant thing. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Thank you.
Mary, thank you for sending that to me to see, though. I appreciate it. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just wordplay.
If you can find
they just have a different name.
I knew that.
Let me know.
Sorry.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine.
Yeah, I thought it was put in place nationwide, period. And I just thought there was no, that was it. So be it.
Yeah, but no, it's just the infant title. It's just not called specifically the Safe Haven Act in New Mexico. It has a different title.
Good boy. All right. That's something I'm glad that they put into play a long time, that when they did put it out, because it's crazy.
It is. It's so sad.
It's wild.
I can't ever imagine. I have 7 kids, and it was not easy. I started as an 18-year-old child, in my opinion, and I'm 48 now, but I can't imagine not wanting to or being able to take care of my children. I struggled at 18, but we didn't have 7 when I was 18, but still we had 2, and I can't imagine having somebody else take my child from me to take care of them. You know what I mean? It's just one of them things. I guess not everybody thinks that way, though. It's rough. And I know it's hard on people. It really is.
I wasn't planning on becoming a mommy when I did either. I had no idea, like I was saying, but the minute I found out, my whole world changed. I was
same here.
Yeah,
right. I agree.
Yeah, I had no idea. It was such a shock, but within a day I was like, oh my god. I was excited, and within a month of that, I was, planning my baby shower and just, having fun with it.
I thought I was going to be a rock star and go to Hollywood and do all this fun stuff, playing in bands, and I'm pregnant, and that all stopped right there. You know what I mean? So
you know what I was about to do? And I think God stepped in and was like, no, you're not going down that road, honey. I was, well, I had already done one. You know those girls that walk around the wrestling ring and hold up the round numbers?
Oh
They
yeah,
wear
yeah.
the shiny bikinis and whatever in the heels, and they hold up the numbers.
Right.
I did
Yeah.
that a couple of times, and that was kind of my little gig at the time. It's so stupid, but that's what I was doing. And as soon as I mean, I would never do, pole dancing and things like that. But I was a skinny little blonde girl back in the day, and yeah, I was having fun with it. But then my son came along and just completely changed my whole life. After that, I was nothing but a mommy, and then got married and had 2 more, and we were all a happy family. And I don't know, I'm so grateful that
It worked out. Yeah.
yeah, very grateful.
Yeah. Sounds like it all worked out.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm gonna chat here. Exactly. I totally agree, Lisa.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
It should be nationwide. I agree. Is it Tanya or Tanya? I always get that wrong and people get offended. I've seen this a few times in chat. Are you serious?
Yeah, yeah, they mentioned that earlier, but that's insane to me if that's the case. Do you know what state it is, J-Lord? Because that's absolutely insane. I could take a guess on the state, but I'll just keep my comment to myself.
I mean, mine's 11 and a half, and now she gets annoying.
How can you sit there?
I mean, we see how people never see her again.
Right. Okay. So we see how people lose their crap whenever they, get out of a relationship that's just a few years old, right? How can you spend up to 12 years with a person, literally seeing them come from a little thing of gloop that has no cognitivity to an almost pubescent pre-adult, and just give it up and just get rid of it and never see it ever again? I don't understand why that would even be. Wow, 12 years old. I don't get it. Who would pass that? I'm going to look into that. That's insane.
Right now, last night, my 28-year-old daughter took the 11-and-a-half-year-old to see Paramore concert.
Oh, I love Paramore.
She got to go to her first concert last night. I'm so happy for her.
That's
I
exciting.
was, oh my God, 14, I think, was my first concert, and it was Madonna.
I was 11, and it was NSYNC.
NSYNC. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I loved NSYNC.
Backstreet Boys was my favorite, but I still haven't got to see them. But I can definitely say I saw NSYNC.
Somebody just commented on one of my posts last night. I'll show y'all. It was funny. I was like, that's hilarious. Let me find it. Speaking of Backstreet Boys, I'll find it and show you because you'll definitely appreciate this.
Oh, I love the Backstreet Boys. AJ has always been my dude.
Oh my gosh, so many comments. So many comments.
I don't know if I was seeing things or what, but my kids were watching YouTube. I think it was day before yesterday. And I heard a very familiar voice behind me. And so I turned around and I swore I saw a shoulder-length haired, 5 o'clock shadowed JC Chazé from NSYNC singing in a cat food commercial.
Look at the top comment.
My generation learned that Backstreet's back. All right. Oh, we did.
That was a comment to this.
That's funny. Oh, I love that Earl song from Dixie Chicks. Yeah, I used to listen to that all the time.
Oh my word. Okay. Let me look at my notes. I think I've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to as far as cases go. Are you guys up for some true crime trivia?
Oh, sure.
All right, let me get this out of the way. Everybody in chat, y'all want to do some true crime trivia with me? With me and Jules and Dago, if Dago can stay. Go to chat here. Okay. Let me pull up my folder. I've got all of it saved right here. And I want to show it. Bear with me. Let me get it pulled up. Okay, here we go. All right. Play on. Wait. Okay, this one's just a little one that I found that is funny. It's a really pretty good one.
True Crime Quiz. Warning, this quiz is not for the faint-hearted. There are references to suicide, murder, and other crimes. Do not watch if you're sensitive to any of this content. Question number 1. Which serial killer was also known as Pogo the Clown? John Wayne Gacy, Pedro Lopez, or Ted Bundy?
I honestly don't know. I mean, I think I know, but I don't really. I mean, I know a lot about 2 of these, but I can't honestly remember. Maybe not a lot. Probably more about. I know more about Ted Bundy than the rest of them. Honestly, I've never heard of Pedro Lopez.
Everybody's saying Gacy.
That
Okay.
sounds about right.
All right, let's see.
And the answer is John Wayne Gacy.
Ew. Ew. Look at him.
Yeah, that's a real photo in that.
I
Question
know.
Who was
Oh, we
the
know
son of
this one.
Sam?
We know this one.
Oh, yeah.
Berkowitz, Ivan Hill, or Joe Ball?
This one's too easy.
Yeah.
I haven't played this, so I thought we'd start with this just to kind
And
of
the
warm up.
answer is David Berkowitz.
What a weirdo.
Mm-hmm.
Question number 3. Which area of London is most associated with Jack the Ripper?
Anybody know?
Soho, Holborn, or Whitechapel?
I'm going to say Whitechapel.
Yeah,
It
that
just
that
rings a
sounds
bell.
familiar.
It rings a bell. So
Yeah.
And the answer is Whitechapel.
Yeah.
we're just warming up, people.
Question number 4. Which serial killer was found to have human heads in his freezer? Was it Jeffrey Dahmer, Albert Fish, or Boone Helm?
That had to have been Shabusiness's boyfriend, Jeffrey Dahmer, right?
Right?
The
Yeah.
answer is Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everybody got that one.
She's a psycho.
Question number 5.
Oh.
Which killer's story inspired the film Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
You guys,
Everyone should know this.
everyone should know this, and if you haven't seen like the original Ed Gein movies, go watch it. Oh my gosh, it's my favorite. It's the worst, creepiest, the most awful. Ugh,
It's your favorite, but it's awful.
it's awful. Yes.
John Bunting, Ed Gein, or Danny Rowling? And the answer is Ed Gein.
Ugh. Sinister.
Question number 6.
Oh.
Name
Lord.
the film starring Charlize Theron as Eileen Wuornos. Friday the 13th,
I've seen this
Basic
one.
Instinct, or Monster?
Have you guys seen this one?
I think I started watching it, but for some reason I never finished
Answer
it.
is Monster.
That was a great
Question number 7. Which professional wrestler murdered his wife and child in 2007?
I think I know
The
this one.
Undertaker, Brock Lesnar, or Chris Benoit?
I think it's the third one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna go with 3.
Yeah, it sounds familiar.
And the answer is Chris Benoit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
Can you imagine the damage he could do? Jesus.
Who was known as the Brooklyn Vampire? Albert Fish, Harold Shipman, or Samuel Little?
Dago, are you here? Throw out a guess.
The first one sounds familiar, but I don't
The
know.
answer is Albert Fish.
Okay.
Nice. I didn't know this one.
Question number 9.
Oh,
What
this
name
guy.
did the press give to serial killer Robert Ramirez?
You guys know this one, right?
Mhm.
This one is like he inspired a ton of groupies.
Yeah.
Just like Brian's doing now. And I will say, if you look at some of his old videos, he was not bad looking.
I don't see it. He's not my type.
Not this photo, of course, but some of the courtroom videos and stuff, if you look at the old footage, he was not like ugly.
Yeah, but knowing how somebody is makes him ugly.
Oh yeah, I know exactly. It's
That's
kind
why
of
I
like,
don't understand the fangirl stuff. Like, even if there's a possibility that someone's innocent of something, like if it's like pre-trial stuff, there's still like that in the back of your brain that it's still possible. That should instantly be like a off switch, in my opinion.
oh yeah, yep. Gates are closed. Yep.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
didn't get
one
it.
of those things.
But who was that other one that was like everybody was going?
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yep.
And how?
Get that one.
I don't understand. He's not cute.
No, I didn't. I did not think so at all.
No.
This is the one I'm probably probably the only one that thinks it too. But I thought he was not ugly from all the footage that I saw of him. There was
he's not the worst looking person, but just he's not physically my type. But then also knowing what he did, yeah. But I mean, I get
right? No, I could never like write a letter or do anything creepy like some of these girls do. Ugh, no.
Yeah, I don't get. Yeah, that stuff's insane to some of the stuff I've seen.
Right. Okay, this is a 13-minute video. I don't think we need to warm up, but maybe a couple more minutes, and then I'll pull up the other one, the one that I did. Hang on.
Was it the co-ed butcher, son of Sam, or the Night Stalker? And the answer is the Night Stalker. Question number 10. In which country did Andre Chikatilo commit his crimes? Canada, Russia,
I don't know who this is.
or China?
I'm gonna assume Russia.
Russia.
Yeah,
And
I'm
the answer is Russia.
Yeah, he just looks Russian.
I'm sorry if I wasn't supposed to answer. I just knew that. So I got.
Yeah, that's
In
what
which
we're doing.
city
No,
was
we
the
were wondering where you were.
H. Holmes
That's what we're doing.
and dubbed Murder Castle? Chicago, San Antonio, or Los Angeles?
Murder Castle.
I think it was San Antonio.
See, and I want to think Chicago, but I don't know a lot about this.
I think
guy.
you're right. I think you're right. Actually.
Chicago.
Oh, good job.
Yeah, if it was San Antonio, I'd have known that one for positively, but I wasn't so sure.
Convince girls to help him.
Broken arm. Broken
Yeah.
arm.
Missing eye,
What was it? Arm
broken
amputated
leg,
or broken leg?
or arm.
No, it's just a broken. Oh wait.
Yeah, see.
Oh, it would have been had to have been the leg. I know he did the arm
Yeah.
thing. I know he did the arm thing before,
Answer
but the leg
is
was the most common.
broken leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh wow. Yep. I was wrong. Damn it.
Yeah.
I know him too.
Question number
Good
13.
story.
What item helped John Dillinger escape from jail?
Oh, I don't know.
Screwdriver, toothbrush, wooden gun.
I think it was a toothbrush.
I'm gonna go with bed sheets. I don't know why.
Right.
I'm
Oh,
just
that classic black and white photo of the sheet all
Wooden
tangled
gun.
up.
Oh, the wooden gun.
Wow.
I do remember hearing that now.
Number
Dang it.
14.
That
Who
has
was
to be
the-
really embarrassing for the officers that let
UK?
him go on a wooden gun.
Ruth Ellis,
Good
Margaret
job,
Allen,
Taylor.
Elizabeth Berry, or Susan Newell?
Oh, I don't know.
No idea
I
on
don't
this
know
one.
anything about this stuff.
Not a clue.
And the answer is Ruth Ellis.
Yeah.
Never heard of her.
Never. Mm-mm.
I don't even
Question
know
number
who he is.
2.
Kells knew though.
Between years,
Oh, there you go.
the stripper terrorized London.
I'm sorry. Who?
3,
Jack the Stripper.
59.
Who
Who
the
is
crap
that?
is Jack the Stripper?
The nude murders.
What?
Never
So
heard of this.
they had a Jack the Ripper and a Jack the Stripper all in London?
What is up, London?
I'm confused. I'm going to Google. What? Jack the Stripper. I swear, if my computer starts loading a bunch of stuff, that's horrible. Okay. Yeah, wow, Jack the Stripper is a real situation.
Never heard of this in my life. Never.
Has anybody in chat heard of Jack the Stripper?
I'm gonna have to look this up now.
It says it happened. It's
Oh God,
1964.
Lisa, that's the Wish version of Jack the Stripper.
Yeah, probably copycat.
Yeah.
I mean, probably a Ripper copycat with the way they named it, but it says 1964 per Google. So I guess it'd be the second one. What?
Is it really?
Yeah. The Hammersmith nude murders.
God
Okay.
knows I'm UK and I never heard of it.
See, I've heard the term Hammersmith before, but the Jack the Stripper thing I never heard of. So that's what this is.
My son said it's on Reddit, I guess. It's one of those Reddit true crime things. So
yeah, Kelly.
Ellis, who were you related to? Who was hot?
Ellis?
Really?
Is she saying she's related to the Ellis lady?
Must
Oh,
be,
wow.
yeah.
Laughing Stock, hi, how are you? Are you saying Jack the Stripper was hot?
He was hot.
What the world?
What? What the what?
Wow.
I mean, I'm looking at a photo of him right now. I don't know about that.
So, Peyton, hit live. I think you're a little bit behind, hon. Let's see.
So I mean, you don't have to show it, but I'm gonna send you the Bing image of Jack the Stripper.
Oh, I have to see this.
Yeah, he looks like one of those. He looks like one of those guys that would be at the corner of the busy streets of New York selling newspapers real loud. That's the kind of hat and stuff he's wearing.
Oh, I got one of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you wore it the other day. The Italian.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. So he's hot, huh? Okay. Maybe back then, I guess. So be it.
Zoom.
Oh yeah, it was showing small for me too. Yeah, there's a
Laughing Stock, are you okay?
I guess we're gonna have to cover this one, Jules. I'll have to do one of my old school throwbacks and you cover Jack the Stripper.
Right, because that's it. I mean,
Okay, you guys, I have to see that thumbnail.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious about why that's the name that he was given, because that's a little disturbing. That could lead to a lot of different.
Maybe because he stripped the clothes off of them and the nude murders. Maybe that's why it wasn't so.
I mean, that's the most innocent way you could think of it, I guess. Yeah.
I guess, hopefully.
What the hell?
Yeah, he does look like a little guy. You're right, Truth Seeker.
Funny. Okay, do we want to continue this, or do you want to switch over to the one that I wrote up?
We can go ahead and switch over. I'm gonna have to go here soon. We gotta go run to the store.
These are kind of fun.
Yeah, I like these actually. I didn't even know. I mean, it doesn't surprise me they have these on YouTube. We watch all kind of guess the logo and stuff that all the time on when we're watching TV all together. It's pretty funny.
Jennifer Romero, I'm laughing so hard at the fun. Yeah, right. Learned something today. I thought I knew a lot about this stuff, but that's new to me.
Yeah, there's some names that popped up in there that I've never even heard of.
Right. Diaz said it sounds like he committed the murders while nude. That would be crazy.
Maybe.
That would be crazy. Oh yeah, Lisa, I'm going to be covering the death row stories along with quite a few other things. I like doing those other things where we did the prisons and the mafia stuff. I'm going to be covering all that stuff. I like doing the old stuff.
Yeah, that's some insane stuff. It tells you just how far back corruption's been going on. I mean, we know it's been since the beginning of time, but history is only recorded so far.
And the weird thing about it is, even with Jack the Ripper, when I was covering doing my Midnight series, he was one of the first ones I did. He the way that whole thing went down, things haven't changed that much, guys, over that many years. You know what I mean? It still happens in the same ways. It's just there's more stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, and it's happening more often.
Yeah, yeah.
And the internet makes it instantly accessible to know every bad thing ever. I mean, I know stuff that's going on right now over in India and all these other countries I've never even heard of. I know exactly what's going on because, internet. I mean, it's good to be informed, but dang, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is a lot. That's not even remotely wrong.
Okay, hang on, make sure I'm not muted. Okay. And I just lost it again. Hang on, I gotta find my list.
Board games. They got board games for this now.
Yeah, they do.
The Netflix show Making a Murderer tells the story of a man wrongly incarcerated for 18 years for a crime he didn't commit. What's the man's name?
Are we supposed to be seeing something on the screen, or are you just reading?
No, I'm just reading. I can't find my pictures, so I'm just
I
gonna
can
read.
picture him right now.
Can I say it? Like, are we allowed to blurt out answers?
Yes, we're gonna keep score. This is between you and Dago.
Oh, it's a competition.
Damn it. Damn it. Because I know his name and I can picture his blonde hair and I can't think of his name.
Stephen Avery.
Okay.
Damn it.
I'm gonna keep score.
Yeah, I just made a video about this one not long ago because there's some new evidence coming out.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Julez has one. All right.
Cool. Stephen Avery.
What two characteristics does a certified psychopath lack?
Empathy
and compassion.
Yeah.
Nope.
Oh.
Whoa.
Neither one of us was right.
You got one out of those right.
Okay.
Empathy.
Yeah, empathy is probably it. I don't know what the other one is.
I know this. I did this with my wife's schooling. Empathy and
yeah, you of all people would know.
Yeah, I can't. I swear to God, it was compassion.
Chat can help you. Chat can.
Is it guilt? Is it guilt?
Guilt sounds right.
No,
I mean,
you're warmer.
Shame. Empathy.
Warm.
I'm looking now. Now I'm looking.
Hotter.
Sympathy.
Accountability.
Sympathy.
Nope.
Oh shit.
Common sense. Yeah, you're probably right, girl.
Right. One more chance.
Envy? No. Remorse.
Dago got it.
Yeah. Oh, actually, Kaleido got it. Thank you.
There you go. That makes sense. Empathy and remorse.
Number 3. What is the name given to an unidentified male body?
John Doe.
John.
Julez is quick.
Okay.
To be considered a serial unaliver, and for those in chat who don't know, we can't say the K word.
YouTube won't.
We can kind of get away with it a little bit, but I don't push my luck. Okay. How many unlawful homicides? I'm sorry, are there lawful homicides? How many unlawful homicides must a person commit to be labeled a serial unaliver?
3 or more, I believe it is.
Yeah, 3 or 4. 3? Okay, yeah.
3 or more. Yep.
Yeah.
Aha, I got one.
There you go.
You got 2 now. We're tied up 2-2.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of Jack the Stripper and Jack the Ripper, how many victims did Jack the Ripper have over his 3 months?
Oh, 6.
Oh, I don't know.
Nope, not 6.
Wait a minute.
I have no idea. I'm not even going to attempt to answer.
Nope.
I don't know. Wait, there was one that wasn't counted, and I just did this. 5.
Yes.
There it is. Okay, I knew it was.
Let him figure that one out.
Okay, let's see.
I really thought it was higher, honestly.
Well, there's a bunch more that they didn't count, but
yeah. Well, okay, that's probably why I was like, that sounds low. Yeah.
You guys are familiar with Jonestown, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the basics.
How many people died from that apparent self-cyanide poisoning?
Oh, I don't know the number. I just know it was horrible.
Oh my God.
Yes, within 100, I'm going to give it to you.
89 people?
89. Oh, you are way off. Julez, come on.
450.
Nope.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Sorry.
I just know it was atrocious.
I thought it was only like a little under 100.
Oh, no, it was a lot.
No, you might be thinking of a different event.
Oh, I guess I don't know as much as I thought I knew about it then.
And I'm keeping my hands off the keyboard because I'm not cheating. I honestly just don't know the number.
You give up?
Yeah.
One more guess, you guys. Come on.
I'm thinking. I'm looking at chat. So, whoa, holy hell. I don't know.
I don't see anything the same in the chat either.
It was 909.
Wow. Oh my God. I did not realize it was that many. Oh my God.
Yeah, I knew it was big, but I just wasn't sure.
That's insane.
I just know the basics of that one. Yeah.
This one I found very interesting. That's why I got this one. Okay, so Hannibal the Cannibal.
Oh yeah.
What is his cell made out of? He's in
Concrete,
solitary confinement, but what is his cell made out of?
concrete and glass.
Concrete and metal, right? Like concrete. That's how
I'm
most.
gonna have to give it to Dago because I'm sure there's concrete in there, but it's glass. Yeah.
Well, he was in a stone, like it was in a stone built. Yeah, and then they had glass on the front of it, bulletproof glass. So yeah.
Right, to see through all the way. Yeah.
Right.
Guys, we got Dago with 4 and Jules deuce. Come on.
There you go, Dago. I'm glad you're winning though, bro. Because I don't know like certain. If I'm not completely like enthralled in the case, I don't know certain little specifics.
I'm embarrassed that I didn't know the other ones.
Do you have any idea who Dr. Death was?
Yes.
Yeah, Dr. Kevorkian,
What was his name?
Dr. James Kevorkian.
Well, I guess which one are you talking about? Because there's actually
wait.
quite a few people labeled that. Like the one I'm thinking about is a chiropractic or whatever surgeon in Dallas.
Well, there was also Albert Fish. There was there was James Kevorkian, I believe, too.
Yeah, there's been a few labeled that.
The one that I had pulled up is this one. I'll pull them up here.
Is it Jack or John Kevorkian?
Yeah, Mary, that's who I'm thinking of, the surgeon in Texas. That's the Dr. Death that I'm aware of. And most recently, anyway. I knew there's been a few with that label, though.
Shipman.
This one.
Shipman.
Shipman. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, there's been a few with that title. It's kind of crazy.
Well, I thought they were going to go old. That's why I said Albert Fish, but okay.
All right. So James D'Angelo. He was a former police officer. He was a serial kidnapper and unaliver. What is he better known as? James D'Angelo. Oh, I'm sorry, Joseph James D'Angelo.
Okay, I thought Joey
Yeah,
D'Angelo.
I don't know that name. Miss Kelly says the Boston Strangler. Yeah, that name doesn't ring a bell for me.
I don't think it is because I covered the. Damn it!
Man in the window.
Damn it! No, he was a police officer. They just got the Golden State Killer.
Yes.
Yes, there it is. It's in chat.
Okay, chat's that's
where I got that.
His real name just doesn't ring a bell. That's the only name I know him by. Golden State.
Right.
Yeah.
I should know that he's Italian.
Okay, name at least 3 out of 4 reasons that women murder. 3 out of 4 of the top reasons that women murder.
Sexual assault.
Mental instability.
Yeah.
There's one, and he got one.
And then horrific childhoods, going through abusive childhoods.
Yeah.
I think that falls under what Jules said.
Yeah, right.
Catching somebody cheating, somebody hurting their kid in defense. I mean, honestly,
what's the number one reason though? The number one reason. You think this is crazy?
Jealousy, probably. Being envious of something.
Yeah, that one's already. Yeah, that one's in there. But the number one.
Money.
Love.
Yeah.
Love.
Is that really? That's really what it is, huh?
Uh-huh.
Wow, I would never guess that.
But is that meaning like they kill somebody else because they love somebody, or it's like an actual just like crimes of passion in general?
That's what I'm thinking. Passion, not love, but okay. I guess real love, whether it be for your children if somebody hurts them or for whoever you really love. Because women are way more passionate than men are about things like that. So
right.
That does make sense that way.
People can also be talked into doing stupid things because of love. There's been plenty of cases where people have murdered because they were asked to or talked into it by someone that they claimed that, loved them.
Right. We're 3 against 4 now, so let's see who's gonna win. I'll go with trying to pick which one is good here. Living with severe mental illness. Andrea Yates
Mhm.
I have a story.
unsupervised with her 5 children for 1 hour. How many of her children survived?
None.
None of them.
I have a story.
She got it first. Yeah, go ahead.
So my hometown is where the state hospital is, and my stepmother, well, my ex-stepmother, was her charge nurse for quite a few years, and my town would literally shut down the road between the state hospital and the closest church on Sundays so that she could be escorted to and from church on Sundays.
Really?
True story, bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's another one.
They'll let her go to church.
Yep. They would literally, the cops would close down a certain section because there was a church probably about, I don't know, block and a half away from the state hospital. And they would shut it down completely for her to get there. She would be escorted in and she was allowed to sit inside the damn thing. Okay. And then they would do it all over again so that she could be escorted back because of religious freedom. And her lawyers were able to finagle a contract with the state hospital. And yeah, they would shut it down, let her get there, let her do her thing, shut it down again, get her back. Yeah. Escorted like a princess, in my opinion.
There's been, did you guys know, I did a little like survey. There's a lot of the, like way back in the, I think it was 80, I can't remember. Susan Smith. Do you remember that woman? She drove her car into the lake with her kids in the backseat and then drowned them.
Susan's, oh my God. Yeah, I totally.
Right. I think I've heard that.
Oh, I was obsessed with that case.
Yeah.
Go to trial.
And then there was one from the 70s I found when I was covering Susan, well, looking into Susan Smith's. It's like Diane Downs. Did you ever look into that one?
I heard of that one.
That's a crazy one too. Like there's a lot of them. It was a lot more than I thought there was.
There's a lot.
You know what? Kaleida Hope. Hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Perfect comment. Oh my God, like that Taylor chick. She business. Have you ever loved someone so much you just had to kill it?
Yeah, she did say
Yeah.
that. Sicko. She's so weird.
Very good comment. Yeah.
I agree. That's obsession though. That's not love.
Yeah,
I
to
don't
them
even
it's
know.
love, though. That's the reason that what I found was a list of reasons that the actual women gave for why they did it.
Gotcha.
Yeah, whether it's true or not, that's the reason that they gave, or you know.
Yeah, that's the business thing. That's just crazy.
She's a nutbag. Jeez.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
Money, jealousy. I mean,
God,
I would have thought that money was going to be on the top of the list.
That's what I said.
Insurance, yes.
Yeah. See, and that's a really common thing. Like I know that males have done it too, but it's a majority. We hear females,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like it's females over children's. You know, children offing their parents too for the same situation. I feel like it's mostly women.
And then you have people like Eileen Warnos.
Who's the lady that she did that to her husband, right? Poisoned him, and now
The one who wrote a children's book about it. You know the one.
Yes. Who is she?
Her?
Who is she?
I don't
What is
remember
name?
her name.
Yeah,
It was very recent.
They just found out that she did it, and after she
Yeah.
had written the book and all that, right? That
Yeah,
was
it's been like a
crazy.
year. It was about a year after, I think, after she had written the book and gotten all this sympathy and all this. That they found
Who
out it
is
was
that
her.
chat? Who is this lady that I'm talking about? I'm going to write that down because I'm going to look.
Yeah.
I can't think of her name. We had one right down not too far from where I live who killed her husband. He was an airline pilot, shot him dead, and then she was not a full citizen of the United States, and she took off the day after she killed him to Brazil and was gone. They couldn't bring her back. It took 10 years
Corey
to get her back.
Richins. Sorry, Dago. Corey Richins. Yeah.
Corey. Okay, I'm gonna write her down again because I'm gonna see if there's any updates on that case. Because it's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like she literally wrote a book for her children about this, about him.
About having to go through the loss that she caused them to have to suffer. Yeah, what a sick freak. Sorry, not
What
sorry.
I mean, we've talked about this before, Jules. Like,
I think so,
remember,
yeah.
not that one specifically, but this in general. Like the things that
Welcome, Lucolas.
trying to get into the headspace of what these people go through when they have these things happen. Remember that conversation we had?
Mm-hmm.
I'd still love to understand the psychological aspect of this, you know?
Yeah, because I don't understand. That's my biggest thing. And people act like it's just me literally being an idiot. No, I literally don't comprehend the thought process of how people can think these thoughts through and then actually act on them. And then just act like nothing. Like, chick just went on about her life, writing a book, acting like the victim, acting like, oh, poor widow is me. No, like, I don't understand the way the human brain works that way. It doesn't make sense to me.
So we need a tiebreaker. We need one tiebreaker question.
Okay.
You guys are 5-5, so this is going to be the tiebreaker, okay?
Absolutely.
Well,
the so weird part is they look so normal.
Oh man, my good question. Dago, I already know Dago knows this one because it was on Susan Smith. So I'm
well, that's probably not gonna be fair to her because she has no idea.
Yeah, I mean, no, you're good. I don't really. I'm not competitive that way, bro. Like, you can ask the question.
No, I know
the name, I just don't know the specific details. Not a big deal.
Speaking of motives, here's the tiebreaker question. Chat, you're gonna have to help. This is a hard one. This woman was from Alabama. She unalived 11 of her relatives just to collect their life insurance money.
Holy hell!
What?
Yep.
Wow.
Sorry. How is this
My
the
wife-
first time I've ever heard this ever?
My wife is from Alabama. Maybe I should ask her.
What? How do you just kill 11 people and get away with it long enough to kill 11 people that you're related to? I don't comprehend.
Greed.
Help her out. Help him out.
The motive would have to be like money, right?
I'm staring at my wife right now, seeing if she's like looking at the ceiling. Was it Audrey something?
No.
Nope, that's not it. That's not it, dear.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never heard of this before, and I'm not gonna get on the keyboard and cheat.
All right,
yeah, that's insane.
we're gonna call this a tie.
Okay, somebody in the chat had this one.
Denise Prater?
Sherry, however you
Sherry had it.
Yep, had it right.
Yay, gosh. I don't know that one. Okay.
I don't know this one.
Here.
Oh,
Here.
is this old? Maybe that's why I don't know it. That's black and white.
Yeah,
That's
the
why I don't know
mugshot.
it.
Yeah, the
The only reason
mugshot.
I know about it is because she was born in Alabama, but if you look at her, see where it says Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
She got her booking was there. And
11 people, bro.
She actually died in the Oklahoma State Penitentiary.
Wow. My wife said Denise Prater too. I don't know if that was somebody that did that from Alabama too, but
That last name sounds familiar.
She blamed mental illness on why she did it.
that was just greed.
So this is a really interesting case, actually. You should do something on this one. This
Yeah.
one's
11 people.
11 of her relatives and collected all their life insurance.
That's what my question was. How do you do that though? How do you get the ability to you know what I mean? Unless they're like,
wouldn't
son,
you be
daughter.
suspicious on person number 2?
It was Julie. I didn't see it. That's cool. Julie said this was just on investigation discovery.
Oh,
Cool.
yeah, okay.
Okay, something to watch then, because
That's my
I don't
channel.
know how you get away with 11 people that you're related to just dropping like flies and no one looks at you until number 11. That's crazy.
The first 2 should have been like an alert,
Yeah.
red flag. You know,
It
like,
never
hey,
should have
that's
gone
not right.
past 2, and it definitely should have never gone past 3. That's not
Exactly. Yeah. Somebody didn't catch something somewhere. No computers, J Lord said. Yeah, that's probably why. She may have used different companies,
It probably took a while to catch up to it too. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
Yeah, the paper trails weren't too great back then.
Well, you guys are tied up, so we'll just consider it a tie for today because that's all the questions that I researched.
We tell it we're like the male and female version of each other. So that makes sense.
We have a lot of the same.
Total
problems.
tie. And you know what? Y'all would have beat me on that one because half of those I had no clue about. That's why I pulled them up because I wanted them to be nice and hard.
Listen, guys, I'm not.
Good job on both of you.
Just so everybody knows, I live when I'm not on here. All I watch is the ID channel, so that's why I know this crap. That's what it is. So.
There you go, soaking it in.
There's like
Hey,
5
my
different
mods,
shows.
please drop their channels for me. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was kind of fun. I should do something like that too. I like that.
Yeah, that was fun. I like that too. I learned a lot of new names. I'll probably do some Googling when I'm bored and see what's going on.
Well, the Jack the Stripper thing, I may end up covering that because that's crazy. I didn't want to know myself.
Yeah, I didn't know that there was. Yeah, I didn't know.
Yeah, this is Julie says there are a lot of cases back in the 1800, early 1900 of women that are unalived. It's the program women that did it.
Women that unalive. Yeah, she's
okay.
there were a lot more back then than there
Yeah.
are now. A whole lot, yeah.
Yeah, I noticed that back in the day, there was a lot. I mean, there was men, obviously, but there was a lot of cases of females that were the bad guys.
Well, the women were treated like garbage back then.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't. A lot of them, I don't blame them. You know, they were enslaved for multiple different ways and reasons. They were physically abused, mentally, emotionally abused. So I honest to God, I don't blame them. Half of them.
A lot of them would, yeah. Local Last said it right. There's a lot with poison, lethal poisons, back in the day for sure. There's a very infamous one.
Cyanide.
What was her name though?
I can't think of it either.
Yeah, because the Makeup and Murder Mondays lady, the Bailey makeup girl.
Bailey Sarian.
Yeah, I love her. She's so gorgeous. She did a video on this one, and I remember watching it. And yeah, there was she's very, very well known poisoner.
When was that one from?
Oh, she did it. That was from back in the day, because this was whenever they still had those really fancy apothecary type jars and stuff would be kept in, and so she would it was poison. And she's very famous. I can't remember.
And Heather's right. Zero mental health care for women back then.
I don't really think they even really knew what that was back then.
It wasn't. There was no mental health back then. I mean, you guys, we covered the that facility. One of them was the West Virginia Weston State Hospital. Okay, and the other one, it was even bigger. Oh, I can't think of it. I just did this anyway. The things that people were put into the mental hospitals that were open back then for don't make any sense. Okay, like for being overly happy. Those were the reasons you could be put into a mental hospital back in the day, literally. So they didn't know what the hell mental health was. Okay, nothing about it, nothing at all. And you would get lobotomies and shock treatment and things like that. So they had no.
Oh yeah, man. The documentaries and stuff about the way that the lobotomies and stuff happened. Yeah. Man, I went down such deep rabbit holes on that subject. Jeez.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the one facility, but it covered. There was multiple buildings. One part of it was a tuberculosis hospital for a while, but they were doing it for anything. If a woman smoked a cigarette, they were put into the mental hospital.
Yeah. Your husband wanted to get rid of you. Yep, that's exactly it. Yeah, we were disposable.
Euphoria. Yeah, a woman was overly euphoric. You were put into the mental hospital. If somebody, anybody even remotely.
They called it hysteria, right?
Hysteria, right? They said
if you wanted to leave your husband, you needed a lobotomy because something's wrong with you.
Yes.
Yeah. Dude, check this one out. The woman, do you remember this one? You want to get into an insane one. I heard about this. The woman who made people out of soap.
Nothing.
Mean, is it soap out of people or people out of soap? Like they made.
Charles, give us a little more information because I vaguely remember. Do you have those words?
Is this like soap figurines of people, like covered them in soap to preserve them type situation?
Are you talking about Adelaide Bartlett?
Made soap out of people. Oh, because soap is mainly fats, so that's.
Yeah, I heard about that before.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Right.
Wow.
Were you talking about Adelaide Bartlett, Jules?
I don't know who that is.
She was from back in 1800. I just looked this up because it was driving me nuts.
Oh, is that that name doesn't sound familiar.
Edwin, poison in his case, chloroform poisoning. Like a lot of it. Madeline Smith.
No, I think this poisoner would put stuff in like creams.
Arsenic. Florence Maybrick. She did. That's what it says she did. She used arsenic and she would put it in everything.
Jeez. Yeah, you
Wow.
can't really do much after that.
Marianne Cotton.
But I'll do one better than people being made out of soap being made out of people.
You can beat that.
Oh, I can, Miss Ma'am. Yes, my hometown area is full of disgusting stories that I plan on doing a lot of things. Like my hometown is also where the angel of death nurse lady is, the one that killed all those infants. And then we've had a lot of situations, but there is a story a little bit west of my town, I think, northwest of my town, and it's where the Texas slave ranch story came from. And this family of people would take people off of I-10 right whenever I-10 first opened up real big. And they would take them in and say that they were going to be, helping them, get food and shelter as long as they did some work on their ranch. Well, they would take them and they would kill them. And they would make beef, not beef, because it's human. They would make jerky out of their body parts. And they would sell it at this little store that they had right off of I-10. And so whenever everything got finally found out, the Hispanics that would come through from Mexico, well, I guess the Mexicans that would come through Mexico, they already had a name for this ranch called Rancho Diablo, years before the story ever even broke.
Devil's Ranch.
Devil's Ranch, yeah. And so you only have those stories and those myths if people have been talking about it for a while. Things don't just get labeled out of nowhere. So whenever this finally happened, they found this out, and the sheriff used to go to that store all the time, and he would buy the jerky, and so many people in the area would buy the jerky. The sheriff, after finding out what happened, he went into the mental hospital for years because of
I bet
of him knowing what he ate. And and this is I'm going to do a video about this, and I don't know how more people have not talked about this story. It's so gross. The town basically let these people get away with it, bro. The son of these people, my dad went to high school with him, and he used to beat the crap out of him all the time because he was disgusting. He would go and touch on women and harass them and do all kind of stuff. And him and his football team, they would take this guy behind the bleachers 3 times a day and beat the crap out of him because they'd catch him putting his hands on all these girls. And the family was just horrible. So they ended up basically giving up their entire thousands of acres of ranch to get this legal thing set up. And at first the charges were going to be sticking and they were going to be going to jail. And then all of a sudden the charges got dropped. And the son that my dad used to beat up still lives in the town in the school district area by the middle school.
That's insane.
It's insane. It is absolutely disgusting. My hometown is disgusting. That's why it's gross and I hate it. Yeah, they just allowed stuff to get away. Yeah, it's horrible. Horrible.
That is crazy.
Mm-hmm. Texas slave ranch.
She looks familiar.
Same.
I've seen this on Twitter.
Yes, I'm going to pull up the link on Twitter. Somebody posted this as Legacy. And
yes, that's where I saw it.
Onto something.
Yes, I told them in the comments, I see what you see. Yeah.
Who is that?
This is the woman that was found floating in 3 different suitcases off the coast of Florida. Yes, sir. In pieces.
And here is her.
Well,
tweet.
then.
I saw your face.
So she put this up and was like, hey, somebody needs to look into this and see if because they made this off of the person that they found.
Yeah, I think they posted also that they contacted the police department with the information.
What's your name?
I pulled up the 2 photos together and just did a kind of a transparency thing. And what do you think?
I mean, it's very
Eileen Donna Brown. Okay.
And that composite, I mean, I don't know exactly how decomposed she was, but I mean, this is just a drawing. And if you take away the smile,
the makeup
looks a lot like her. I mean, even the nose and the eyes. Yeah.
Well, if you look,
this person drew on her eyebrows. She did.
If you look at the corners of her mouth, like here.
Yeah. I see
that's very distinctive. So
what I noticed was the shape of the eyes.
Yeah, the eye shape, the distance, and the nose.
Watch the ear. Watch the ear. Watch.
Yeah.
Oh, it stays. Yeah.
And her chin and her nose, they're very
similar. If she wasn't smiling, she would be pretty identical.
That's got to be her.
It has to
So
be. That's
yeah,
bad.
Legacy did it. I was like, good eye.
That's great. That is great.
She was found in 3 separate suitcases, floating.
Wow.
That was the same day. There was actually another mutilated body found in a suitcase on a ranch outside of San Antonio in Bexar County the same day. And I was like watching these to see if maybe they could, possibly be related, even though like the ocean's way far. It's almost like a 4-hour drive to get to the coast from near San Antonio. But yeah, they weren't related. But this has been about a week and a half, I guess now. Maybe it doesn't feel like it's been too long. But yeah, three separate suitcases. It's crazy.
That's just nuts.
Yeah.
So yeah, I hope they're gonna look into that because that caught my eye. I was like,
Yeah, I mean it's so
the woman that matches up with is Donna Brown. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the missing person, right?
I'll have to look into her then. Yeah.
Well, you're Dago, you're on Twitter, aren't you? I don't know if I even follow you.
Yeah, I am.
Have you followed me? Follow me.
I don't think so. I don't usually do it. One of my mods does. Most of this social media stuff.
Okay.
I do get on Twitter myself, but I don't really do it as much as I should.
Yes,
Mandy Joe, the suitcases were found floating and called in. From what I'm understanding, they were all found floating.
Well, remind me, Mandy.
Off the coast, but I'm not sure where.
Yeah, off the coast of Florida.
I wrote that one down, but Mandy Joe, if I don't remember, because I never do, remind me of that one, hon. Because there's another one. We're starting Monday, actually, you guys. I can't think of her last name right now. Her first name's Alicia.
Watts?
Navarro?
No,
I've been following that one.
Yeah, we're starting that Monday because that's crazy.
Yeah, I'm not understanding. My biggest thing with that is that they found him unresponsive in her vehicle. Her purse was in the vehicle, and they didn't question anything.
No, that's what. That's why.
Let him go to the hospital. Let him go home. Hello, that should have been clue number 1 to figure out what the hell's happening. But what I don't know still, and I don't know if you know, do you know how they became aware of him being in the vehicle unresponsive in the first place? Was it a 911 call? Did a cop just show up and notice his vehicle parked there?
The only thing the only one that somebody told me that they thought it was somebody drove by and saw him, looked like he was sleeping, and called 911. That's what I was told.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. It's the same thing with the Rudy Farias being at the church thing. Those are the pieces I'm still trying to connect.
Right. And again, nobody knows any clue where this woman is. So
yeah,
that's why I'm covering this one Monday, because it needs looked at for sure.
Yeah, and I mean just the phone at his house, but her purse in the vehicle, that's weird.
Yep.
That's weird.
Yep. He definitely did something, I think.
Yeah. Because I'd love to know if he was like needing medical attention unresponsive or just asleep unresponsive.
Right.
Because
the way I took it was maybe drug unresponsive. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm meaning. Yeah. Like, was he like knocked out, or was he just not answering questions and just happened to be asleep, or like what? I need the details because it's not making sense.
Mandy Joe asked, "Are those pregnant teenagers on the screen?" It was one pregnant teenager, Alexi Treviso.
Yeah.
And if you go back to the beginning, I went over the whole case on what happened with her. She threw her baby away in the garbage.
J-Lord, are you saying that the boyfriend of Alicia Watts just got off probation for prior kidnapping charges? Is that who you mean?
That's what I've heard.
Is James Dunmore, I believe, right?
Yep.
They were dating for like a year. See, and that's crazy to me too, because we're hearing so much about her. If that's true, we're hearing so much about Alicia, about how she's like in her community and she's really active with like all these like governmental and helpful type situations. So it seems really like a strange combination if he's like a kidnapper that she would date him for a year.
If she knew about it, that was my thought too. But
right.
You
and
would
a lot
think,
of people don't do background checks on people they date.
That's a fact anymore. It seems to be a prerequisite for it now, but
yeah, that's insane. Wow.
That's why.
That makes it worse, though. Doesn't that make it worse? He's found, let's just do air quotes, unresponsive, in a woman's vehicle. Her purse is in the vehicle. He has prior kidnapping charges, and he just gets to go to the hospital and walk away with no questions.
Makes
Oh, the
zero
family is
sense.
going to have like a lawsuit. I'm already telling you now, and I'm all for it because that's that protocol.
And I have not seen them pull him for questioning. Nothing
Oh
else.
no! Apparently he was arrested. He was apparently arrested and brought in for questioning after her phone last pinged at his house. After that was verified, that's what I saw like 2 days ago when I did some searching.
Oh, okay then.
But I don't
Okay,
know
good.
if he's being held. I don't know if they let him go. I don't know if there was bonds or charges or anything. I haven't seen any updates past that.
Well, is there a 72-hour whatchamacallit with that state? I don't know, but I think there is.
I have no clue.
Let me say hi to a couple of people that just joined us. Hi, Chemistry Queen. How are you doing?
Hey.
What's up, Chemistry Queen? Good to see you.
Local Lass. I think you've been here for a little bit. I just want
Yes, she was here earlier.
Yes. I had my trivia thing full screen. I did find my other trivia questions, but I'm going to hang on to them for next time. We'll do this again.
Okay.
I'd love to. If you
fun.
want me back again, I'd love to do that again. That was fun.
That was fun. Thank you so much for playing that. That was cool. Yeah, I figured we could, pit creators against creators and just have some fun,
As similar as me and Dago are.
I thought that Julez was going to wipe the floor with you.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, though.
I'm a little smarter than I look. I'll just put it that way. I spend my life in crime. That's all I do. I told you I live on the ID channel when I'm not on here. So.
Well, I am impressed. That was great. Well, I will. Oh yes. Hi. I'll get some more on there, and the ones that I got together, I had it in a notepad at the bottom of my screen down here, and didn't even see it this whole time. And then I've got my folder of pictures. I found the pictures and I couldn't find the questions. I was like, pictures are useless without my questions. So we'll do that one next time.
I think it'd be fun to get.
You have a tankini on.
Yeah.
It's hot, bro. I have my little spaghetti strap shirt on too. I can't deal with all this hot.
My Dago sexy shoulders. You see them? Yes.
Leave it to Mandy Joe to call you out too.
I was waiting for her to notice that I was wearing a tank. I was waiting. Of all people, Mandy'd be the one to catch me with it.
Yeah, for sure.
Colada Hope says, "I love it here with you guys. Awesome."
Yeah, this was fun.
Good time. Yes, very good time. And I think it'd be fun to do something like that with a bunch of us on a panel, a bunch of us creators. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, definitely. CJ for one. I would love to have CJ. Jesse.
Yeah, I think Jesse'd be good at that too. He doesn't even do true crime. He does sports. He's just a natural at it.
Yeah. Who else? Who else do we know?
Daniel.
I like the guys at Publicly Buzzed.
Southern Logic. Yeah, Southern Logic I think would be good. Dan and Steve. You could grab Daniel if he'd be interested.
Yeah. I know.
I wonder if there's a way we could use some sort of buzzer system so that we could buzz in.
Right.
I've got my other laptop. I've got a soundboard. I just don't ever use it. I used to use it, but
I have a soundboard that has all sorts of noises. One of them is a buzzer.
Okay.
Oh, it's Sleuthy. Sleuthy would probably be down.
Yeah.
He likes doing stuff.
That would be fun.
Entertaining different things.
I'm thinking, oh man, who is that other female creator that is just
Melissa Jade.
Melissa Jade, yes. Sleuth Mom.
Oh yes, she actually really deserves a lot more subscribers. I don't know why her channel isn't growing more. I really don't, because she puts out really, really good and short information. She always brings receipts. I've
never heard of her.
I sent her an email a while back, maybe a couple weeks ago, and she never responded. I'm like, hey girl, I love your channel, and blah blah blah. You want to collaborate sometime, and
there you go. She's the channel. She's the LVVNM, I think, or LVVN channel that's been exposing a lot of Brett Norton stuff from TikTok here recently.
I've not seen her. I'll have to. What's her name? Sleuth Mom.
Sleuthin the Truth, isn't it? Isn't it Sleuthin the Truth? Yeah, Sleuthin the Truth.
Let me write that down.
Illuminati. Yes. Who's Brooks?
Brooks, yes, with Crime Lines and Lies.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, she lives here by me. She lives in Oklahoma too.
Yeah, I've done a couple lives with her. Yeah, I like her.
I guess I need to get out a little bit.
Titanium built would be good too.
Ooh, do we have enough to do like a battle of the sexes?
Oh, girl, that would be tight.
That would be.
Listen, I got one. If this will work for you.
Yes, I love it.
But how do we like connect everything to where we can buzz in whenever we have the answer, so that we'd have to figure that part out, because everybody would have to be able to make
I
noise.
have the app on my phone too, and it's called. I'll tell you what it is called. Well, it's actually called the Means. Hang on, I'll say the name of it.
I mean, I would definitely. I don't know. Titanium built doesn't seem. I don't think she likes me, but you know, that's okay. I would be the bigger person and do what I have to do to avoid any drama.
Let's see.
Wow. Look at Dago's face.
Whoa, yeah. What are we listening to here?
She's done a bunch of sounds.
My little soundboard thing. Where's my favorites? Okay, hang on.
Yeah, criminality. Yeah, for sure.
Yes, for sure. Totally.
There's a lot out there. I need to get around a little bit more, because I just kind of stick to the little corner of the woods that I'm in. But there's a
Where
lot.
is my?
Oh, wow.
I got a lot of these.
Run, and I can't find it. You know, the one that says run. I love that one. Where is run?
That's pretty good.
I get one run. Okay, so yeah, like all of us could just get an app, you know, that has our some sort of buzzer, and that would work totally fine.
Oh yeah, Harsh. I think Harsh would be great for that too.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yes, don't forget about Manimal. We can invite Manimal, although he's usually on late at night.
I don't know who that is.
Manimal Reacts. He used to only do reactions videos, and he's got like a shit ton of subscribers. But,
Manimal?
Yeah, I don't know who that is. I'm gonna have to look him up.
Cool. Yeah,
I guess we've been living in the dark, Jules, because I don't know a lot of these people.
Yeah, I don't know Animal.
Let me show you his channel.
I'm gonna be checking these out for sure. I knew there was a lot of us out here. I just didn't know that. Like, I thought we were pretty much it for this corner, but
I mean, honestly, it's kind of sad, because it seems like the ones that are like level-headed and try to be logical about stuff, you know, they still entertain theories and stuff like that. But it seems like the ones that follow that, they don't get as much, you know, out there as the ones that, you know, like to go insane.
Conspiracy theorists, yeah.
Yeah, this is Manimal Reacts here. Total cutie pie. Have to say it. I mean, you want to talk about tank tops. This is one of his reaction videos.
Excellent.
Amy was just another journalist in New York City, waiting for her big break.
Amy, you need to write another.
I've never seen this guy before, ever.
I'm just going to leave it paused right here. I'm good.
He's very Vin Diesel-ish. Vin Diesel-ish, I guess.
Yeah, that's all I can say. Run that shit.
Hola, soy Germán y te muestro este teclado. ¿A que alguna vez estuviste dentro de tu mamá por 9 meses?
Just watch him. It's fun.
¡Hey! Por fin tengo internet otra vez. Como saben, hace poco me cambié de casa y ha sido un proceso muy largo. De hecho, aún ni termino. Ni siquiera he pegado al señor letrero. Dice que no tengo cama todavía, así que duermo en el suelo. Y bueno, les voy a dar un pequeño tour por mi departamento. Esta es mi pieza, el comedor. que parecen iguales, pero una pequeña diferencia en la pronunciación lo cambia todo. Por ejemplo, la palabra bitch y fetch. Fetch es perra y bitch es playa. Si confundes estas palabras, pueden terminar diciendo algo así como, amor, tengo que decirte algo. Ayer yo me...
Okay, so yeah, he used to only do reaction videos. However, now he's gotten into true crime, and
I think everybody has. I think Idaho brought everybody out of the woodwork for that. Honestly,
yeah, for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, Jesse does sports, folks, and he's in Thailand. He never, ever touched any kind of crime before, and he said this one just pulled it out of him. So,
yeah,
and
he's
good at it.
paralegal. Yeah,
yeah.
He's pretty smart with this stuff because he is a paralegal.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, very good.
Very good at explaining a lot of the stuff. He cuts up a lot in his show, so
yeah,
it's a long live. He's usually on like all night. I think that was some sort of super duper Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed to be. That's why I was kind of like, what is he saying there? Didn't hear ya, but okay.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he was Vin Diesel-ish.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I could see all you guys
Pardon me while
pausing.
I daydream. Just pardon me while I daydream. Yeah. Oh yes, yes. He has a beautiful tribute video that he made for Gabby Petito that will make you laugh your ass off at the beginning. It's wonderful. I don't know if you would allow me to play it or not, so I'm not going to play it. Just go check it out.
Yes, Jesse does.
And then it will also make you cry. It is really good, and he plays it every single night. So that's the case that he came in on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, check it out. Get to know him.
I'll have to look at that.
That's what kind of got my real start was Gabby, and then internet was because I was doing Gabby Petito with a notebook and a pen and a paper, not even thinking about the internet even offering that. And then I think Summer Wells was my first internet case. Side boob. Mandy, what the hell are you talking about now? Jesus, it never fails.
Can't leave her unattended, can you?
Never fails. That's why I love her. We could be having the most serious, like dug down in conversation, and Mandy will say one thing and it completely blows it out of the water.
Yeah. Well, that's what I do too, though. I do that. You know, if I start getting in my feels about a case or something,
you got to do that. Yeah.
You got to insert some humor. I just have to.
And that's what I appreciate about her, because we do get that. You guys have seen me. I'm a very sensitive person and emotional, and things will get to me. And she'll just throw something out there, and I'm like, damn it, Mandy, thank you, but damn it, it's great. It is. She's awesome. I love her. She's a great moderator. She's very good at it. So I guess that explains why she mods for like half of the internet now.
She does. I don't know how she's got the energy. She's like modding everywhere.
She's everywhere. She's got me. She's got Drunk Turkey. She's got Publicly Buzzed. I swear to God, she said, "Where else are you at, man? Don't you mod
for Crime Circus?"
Maybe.
Like, I feel like I've seen it, a name that mods for you modding in Crime
You're welcome,
Circus
dear.
before,
I love you.
I feel like it was her. I might be wrong though, but I've seen a familiar name.
You're welcome, and I love you, dear. Thank you, Truth Seeker. Manny, who else do you mod for? Is it just the three of us, or is there somebody else?
Hey, you can mod for me too, girl, if you want.
I'm telling you, she's really good.
What you're doing?
She's really good.
I mean, I've got Althane, Peyton, Criminality, the other Julez, allegedly innocent, Alex Erickson.
You know, I wanted to ask you.
I have to have my friends Decipher from Decipher Podcast. If you guys do not follow this channel, please do. It's called Decipher Podcast.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
They are wonderful ladies. It's Tia.
Oh yeah, she mods for Jay too, and Shannon over there for the Shaming of Jay. Yes. Great people too. Who I wanted to ask you, CrimeSleuthin, because she seemed to come in when you did, and I had never seen her before. They were calling her Scarlet, and she has a channel.
Oh, isn't that your friend, CrimeSleuthin?
Yeah, that's Lost Souls.
Yeah,
that's it. I wanted to be. I didn't recognize her in the chat, and I do that with
trivia. Yeah.
I recognize everybody when I see them, especially other channels, and I didn't get a chance to till it was too late. I went back and watched my own video and I'm like, oh, why didn't I do that? So let her know that I was not ignoring her. I just didn't see her, and I will from now on, if she's there, make sure that I do acknowledge her.
Yeah,
I went and checked out her channel, and she's very good.
Always over there hanging out late at night over at Lost Souls. Is where people.
I will definitely be if she's around. I will be definitely putting her out there because I checked out a show and she's great. I loved it.
The Decipher podcast, they don't have nearly as many subs as they should. They just don't.
I never heard of them.
Never heard of them.
I will definitely. I've learned some stuff today. Thank you. I appreciate it.
One of my mods dropped Decipher's channel for me, and I really appreciate it because I love those ladies. They're so smart, so respectful, the way they handle cases. I just really admire them both. They're really great ladies.
More critical thinkers.
Yes, very critical thinkers. Yeah.
I love that. I love critical thinkers.
That's why I'm drawn to people like you, Dago, and people. I
know that's what everybody says. You're the same. Jules, there's a lot of us out there, and it's just it makes it the best it can be when you're that way. I'm telling you.
I think that that's the way to properly. I don't think people should be picking sides one way or the other. Period.
No.
Yeah, and I get comments being like, well, which side are you on? Do you think he's innocent or is he guilty? Well, I don't have to give you that answer.
We don't have to pick sides. We shouldn't.
Yeah, that's not what I'm trying to figure out.
Right? Even if we have a little gut instinct or a feeling or opinion, I try not to put it too much out there.
I've proved, and it makes me so angry. I mean angry because my entire community platform has been set up just for the reasoning that people can disagree and not fight and not be attacked because they have a different theory or opinion than somebody else. It's okay. We're all our own separate people, and we should be able to think for ourselves and not have to follow somebody around and just agree with what they're saying. Okay. And it's just wrong. It drives me nuts. That's why I set my platform up the way I did.
Yes.
And I've had multiple people. You have to pick a side. You have to say, is he guilty or innocent? Guilty. I'm not going to do that until you show me proof in my mind of one or the other. That's all I've asked for. And when I see it, then I will pick a side. Then it's that simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to see proof first. And right now, just everything that they're showing us, I can't connect puzzle pieces. And that's what I need. I need everything to connect completely. And until then, I'm just going through the documents and trying to figure out what's really going on.
But you also have to figure out, you also have to not only just figure out what's there, but what's not there.
That's the biggest thing right there. Yeah, I agree with that. I like the way you said that. I love the way you said that, actually. Thank you for putting it that way. That's a big part of it.
For example, the biggest example that I could give in the Idaho 4 case is the fact when his attorney said in that thing, though, there's no explanation for the total lack of DNA of any of the victims in his car, his apartment, his office, nowhere. There's no explanation. Okay, well, but she does not say there's none of his DNA in their house elsewhere other than that sheet. And there very well could be. We just don't know.
Yeah, there could be. Never know.
That's true too. That's a good way to look at it. You know what I mean? And a lot of us don't see it that way because of what we hear. You have to be able to break it down on both sides. And that's the important part, in my opinion. So, and like I said, it's happened to me and Jules both on my panel. Okay. All the time where people are saying, you guys are Kohberger lovers. I can't believe you think that he's innocent. Neither of us have ever said that. Ever.
We're just trying to figure out the possibilities because if he did do it, then I'm expecting to be able to understand clear cut and dry the how and the why. Yeah.
And I want to know where his name came from.
Yeah. And until they do that, and then being so sketch about wanting to hand over their homework and everything else, it's like, I'm going to keep having my questions.
Hi, Kelly P. Welcome.
I didn't even realize until this case how many people have literally been wrongly convicted over something as jokeable as touch DNA.
There's a lot. If you look up the stats on it, I did that on one show. Bad. It's insane. It's a number you would not believe. But yeah, I want to clarify it again in here because it's a different channel. As Jules will say the same thing, I'm sure. I do not believe that Brian Kohberger is innocent, nor do I believe that he's guilty at this moment because I have not seen proof. I believe in justice. and I believe in showing proof of someone that is on his ride to death row, that he committed this crime before I justify that and before I say, hey, I think it's him. That's all I ever say. That's what I believe.
Exactly. And that's why I usually put up my thing here. Theories and open. Let's discuss theories and possible scenarios and cases, but keep it fact-based. There's a lot of information that we don't know.
That's right. It's a good point.
Opinions are welcome. Attacks are not. Respect all victims and families, period.
Hey,
and by the way, if you guys don't know, I do have memberships now. So I've been getting a lot of new members, and I love that. So if anybody else wants to join, that would be awesome.
Absolutely. Delana, good to see you.
Hi,
there's a Steelers fan in here, guys. Don't hold it against her. It's not her fault.
I'm so glad you're here, Delana. How are you?
I tease her about that all the time because I'm a Browns fan.
I love Delana.
Oh, she's very sweet.
She's an excellent mod. I really appreciate her.
Where did I see? She mods somewhere else too, I think.
Yeah. I don't keep track, but I know I've seen her a couple other places.
Maybe CJ's, or maybe that's where I saw her at. I don't remember. I'm all over the place anymore. And I got more places to go now. Thank you for that. That's okay. We love you too, Delana.
Hi, Michael. How are you doing today? Okay, Heather says there should be questions, especially when someone's life is on the line. Not only that, there are 4 humans that are no longer here because of a horrid crime. The right person should be held accountable. Totally agree.
Exactly. And see, and that's and I think something that a lot of people aren't understanding whenever we sit here and we give kudos to the defense because of something that they've, put in there. They think it's because, we're Brian fangirls. No, because, there's also a possibility that if he is straight up for real guilty, that problems in the way this was investigated could let a guilty man back out on the street.
Yes. That's the biggest part of it.
Exactly.
That's scarier to me than putting the wrong man on death row, because that's the loss of one innocent person. What if this is not an innocent person? They get out on all these crazy things that have gone on in this case, and there's more lives at risk.
He does it again. Yeah, he'll do it again. You get away with it once, they're gonna do it again. That's the fact.
Especially
so there's a lot to be
able to get out of it.
Kelly P has a question. What do y'all think?
No, not even close. I don't think so.
I don't honestly think so. They already gave them like a 37-day stay, right? And it seems like they're asking for like another one.
I think July of 25.
Yeah, it sounds like they're asking for either like a whole separate stay or like an extension of one from like these most recent documents. They're acting like they're going to need even more time now after the motion of dismiss was filed.
It's
January.
That question's going to be based on what happens with this dismissal
on the 18th.
Scenario.
Yeah, whatever happens on the 18th.
Jacob, did you say 2025?
Yeah, I could see it going that far.
You think so?
I don't think so.
Absolutely. Well, I initially said July of 24, and then, and then I changed it up and I said maybe January of 25 was the next step after that. Because I have a feeling they're going to continue rolling this and rolling it. I really do.
We're gonna just have to see what happens on the 18th. Because
I hope I'm wrong.
Yeah, because if that motion, I hope that the page isn't the chronological order of the things that are going to be discussed. Because honestly, the motion to dismiss should be number 1 in my opinion. But I just don't feel like it has enough substance to it. I don't think it's going to get approved.
The dismissal.
Yeah, I don't think it. I think it's a lot of.
I don't.
A lot of nothing.
Yeah, I think, it's a history lesson. That's one thing that when I was reading it to everybody, I couldn't believe it.
Like I'm just floored that they're talking about like trial by combat in this document. I was like, what? Why?
I will say one thing that she's reaching pretty good in this.
It's Logsden, so I don't know if it's. I mean, I'm sure Ann's helping, but he wrote it.
He's reaching pretty good. I'm saying. I mean, they're digging, to find something.
I knew that they were coming after the JG stuff, right? But I really thought that we would see something substantial about the grand jury, like what kind of evidence was presented and what kind of evidence the defense has to show that it's crap. I was really expecting it to be something really important that they were going to file this dismissal on, not on, they didn't understand the assignment, but you can't really, can you prove that they didn't know what they were doing? I mean, I don't understand.
Right. Hey, Melissa, how you doing? Good to see you, dear. I got irritated with Anne as much as I think she's a great attorney. When I started reading, there was literally one paragraph that stated what we wanted to know about. The rest of it was that stupid history lesson that talked about all of that. It's like, I'm not reading all this.
Yeah, and I know that there was some verbiage in there that it seems like some people were getting confused about, because there was one case that was referenced about an unsigned search warrant, and all of a sudden I was getting all these comments about, there wasn't a signed search warrant, and I'm like, bro, that is not at all what this thing is saying. And that's the problem whenever these documents get gone over. There's a lot of things that get misconstrued when they're written like that. Yeah.
So for people that have either left and come back, because I do that a lot in lives too, willy-nilly, Mandy Jo says. So if you've left and come back, or you're just joining us, we covered some cases, and then we did a really great true crime trivia game, and that went really well. So Melissa, if you go back and check that out, that'd be cool. We would like to have you join us again for next time, if you would like.
Bonnie.
It was great. It was a lot of fun.
It was a blast.
Oh, look at that. I thought you already did. That was somebody else. Thank you so much.
No.
Oh, no,
Bonnie,
you sent a super chat. That's right.
Yeah, I sent you a super chat, but
thank you so much for becoming a member.
And look, Bonnie, she came from my community too. She's over here now, become a member as well. That's awesome.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you so much for joining. Great to meet you.
This is what we have to do, folks. We have to support each other.
Absolutely.
Keep each other and help each other grow and work together, not against each other. That's all. That's the way it works. The only way it works.
I mean, there are a couple of channels that I will not associate with.
Yeah, same.
Same here. But, and that, I think we all agree on that.
Yeah. But they to each their own. There's always going to be an audience for, what they're doing. And that's whatever.
Yeah.
I will not support nor work with other channels. I won't talk these specific channels. I won't talk bad about them. I refuse to do that, regardless of what they do about me. Because we're adults, guys, and that's not what we do. We're all out here for the same end goal in this. Really, we are. Nothing more. Yeah. There shouldn't be anything more or less. So that's how I feel about that.
I don't have time for all that nonsense anyway, honestly.
And there's a lot of it. Like it's one thing to talk about the Zab girl situation, or stuff that's super serious. And there's a lot of these channels that literally just thrive off of the soap opera that is the true crime community. Between it's about a dozen channels all together. They all have this crazy drama, and there's channels literally just devoted to all the drama. And I'm like, this is a horrible representation of what we're supposed to really be doing here. It's bad.
We're helping.
I'm allergic to bullshit and drama.
Yeah, it's bad.
Love it. Right. And there doesn't need to be drama. There does not need to be drama in the true crime community. It doesn't make any sense. None at all. There should not be sides, folks. Exactly. We shouldn't have to pick a side with this, and that's what's disgusting to me. It really is.
And see, and I don't choose the channels that I hit the don't recommend button off of based on their opinion. I base it off of who they are as a human, because that is so very noticeable with the way that people conduct things. I mean, there's people that think that Brian is guilty. They don't care what the documents state. They don't want to give any sort of idea at all to them being innocent. But I still will watch them, because to me they're genuine to their thoughts, and they're not crappy people.
Yeah,
just genuinely what they think.
I have 2 channels that I hate watch. I'm subscribed, and they never.
You hate watch. I think I have a lot of hate watchers, bro. I really do.
I do too. I do
too. It's funny. I mean, there's so many better things people could be doing, but I mean, I get it too, because sometimes people just say stuff so off the wall and so crazy and horrible, and how do you have a platform with the kind of things that comes out of your mouth? I don't get it. So I mean, I understand the hate watch thing to a point.
Do you know what drives me nuts too? Is there's actually subscribers that will do this too. Like there's certain channels, and I'm not saying this to say anything bad because I definitely don't believe it, that told me don't go over to Melissa Jade's channel, this and that. She hates you. She this, she that. I said, no, she doesn't. Stop trying to start trouble. That's not how that works.
I don't understand.
Don't do that. You know what I mean? Don't do that.
What? I'm behind.
I said, I go watch her channel. I watch her all the time. Don't do that kind of stuff. You're trying to stir the pot, try to start trouble. That's where that stuff comes from. No,
well, you
not
know
at all.
what I emailed you about, Dago. I don't know if you ever got that email.
Yeah.
I told you, I was like, I'm not going to say a word in chat. I'm just going to leave.
You're fine. Yeah, no worries. I get it. I get how this works.
I'm gonna text you after this, Dago, because I have a similar story I need to tell you about.
I have a couple of things to tell you about. That's something that was sent to me that, oh boy, do I got to talk to you about it.
Hey, I want to be in on this group chat.
Oh, we still have, me and you still have something to discuss too, Miss Ma'am.
Yes, we do.
I got to go run to the store, but I'll be free this evening. Yeah, there's some things that need to be discussed.
No, and listen, Melissa, don't listen to that. Don't listen. What I'm saying is I didn't listen to that. I understand how that works, dear. People do this all the time, okay? And I'm the same way. I hold people individually accountable for who they are. That's exactly how I am as well. Groups are not groups, and I can't imagine people wanting, let's start drama over here today and then take it over to this place and then do this. And it's not about drama, folks.
I got accused of being a flip-flopper because I was going to some channels and I'd get on the panel and discuss the case, but they were more on like the state side, for example. So we were discussing that. And then I went over to another channel and we were discussing the defense side. So I was discussing that because I support and believe
you can
in
see
all
both
that
ways,
right?
Yeah.
Somebody literally made a little video and said I was flip-flopping. And I'm like, well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Well,
you're supposed to be objective to both sides.
Well, see, that tells you right there, though, Sleuthin, because flip-flopping only exists in drama communities. So that'll tell you that that's what that's all about. Okay.
And you know what I did? I liked the video and went on my day.
That's what you do. You kill them with kindness. I learned that. That's the way I've always been.
Or you just ignore it. They really hate it when they don't get your attention because then they don't have really a target. They're not getting anyone riled up, so they have to move on.
Right. Exactly.
Because I'm serious. You can go to a pro BK channel and see what they're talking about. I get it. And then you can go to a pro state channel and see what they're talking about,
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have issues with Rory. I see people saying, I've been working with him, trying to show him certain things to help him. That's why I've been there with him, because at some point he had a lot of people leading him in a sense in another direction that he didn't need to go. And he caught that himself. And I think he's starting to go in a better direction. Like I said, I support anybody that's trying to do the right thing. If I see somebody that's purposely trying to do the wrong thing, then I'm not going to support that. So, that is what that was about to me.
I'll say this. I know that he was talking about getting away from these people prior to this last incident. Mm-hmm. So I wish he would have just, taken that advice back then, because then maybe he wouldn't be in the water he's in now. I'll just leave that there.
Well, I don't know. Is there something new that I don't know about?
Oh, the phone call?
What phone call?
The phone call to Kane's wife that was recorded illegally, that Brat, heavily redacted and all that stuff. Yeah. He was talking about getting away from that, before that incident. So I don't really understand how he even ended up mixed into this situation, honestly.
I think that whole recording was totally sus because it skipped around a lot.
Yeah, she edited it. She edited a bunch of stuff. I watched the people that put everything back out there. And she, says a bunch of stuff she shouldn't say. She alludes to working with Steve, and then, oops, oh my gosh, I cannot believe I just let that split. I just want to, I'm gonna leave my comments to myself.
I must have missed that completely because
that's what that Sleuthin the Truth lady that I just told you about has posted. Mm-hmm. She's taking all the TikToks with all the freaking receipts and she's posting it, and it's barely getting out there. I've watched them, and I'm like, dang, this is all receipts.
Exactly.
Yeah, she accidentally says it twice. Yeah,
So she put that out then? Brat did?
Brat did. Yes, on her TikTok. She's got this
I know what's going on with
open.
that now. I know
Yeah,
what that's
well,
all
did you
about.
not see Rory's community post where he's like, I didn't know that it was, being recorded. I thought it was just a phone call. And he's even claiming that it's heavily edited and very illegal in the community post.
Dago, I sent that link.
See your face, bro. You are not up to date.
I'll forward it to you, Dago. The link.
This kid, I swear to God, listen, guys, I'm telling you, I've had private conversations with him. He's really trying. And I told him that his best bet would be to separate himself. Okay.
Yeah, I can vouch for this. Me and Dago, Rory thinks I straight up hate him. I have never talked to him a day in my life. He just knows the way that I've reacted to some things he's put out there because I don't hold back. So I know he's really been trying. Dago has been trying to talk to him for, I don't even know, well over a month and a half, 2 months now almost, to step away from this situation because Brat is toxic and dangerous. And I don't care what she has to say about my little comments because all the proof is out there in the public. And he really has been trying to get Rory to back up. So I don't know what Rory was even thinking.
He has been, but I think that things are being said to him to make him, he's taking it the wrong way, what's being said to him, and he's not being treated the right way. And that's what it is. I really do believe that. So, like I said, I can only
know that call was being recorded. That's a definite issue, and there should be some sort of legal problems against Brat, honestly, with this situation. Especially if I'm sure the owners know now that they were illegally recorded. I'm wondering what's going on with that situation.
Is Idaho
where the Brat person lives too? So just,
I don't know.
Just to be fair, I'm in Oklahoma, so I can record things, but
I don't know if they're one party or two party.
One party or two party. I don't. That's what I was wondering, but that's ridiculous. Come on.
And if she doesn't live in the same state, I'm not really. Whose laws do you go by in those things? Is it yours or the person that you're calling?
I think it's
where you are. You're doing the act, so it's based on your law.
Okay,
your
law. Texas is a one-party state, but I don't know.
Here in Ohio.
I don't know where Brad is to be able to know that for sure.
Well, if anybody's wondering what the heck we're talking about
maybe why, Harlan? I don't know.
It was leaked, stolen. We really don't know for sure. I do know that Ken personally told me in an email that it was stolen, that he let somebody look at the footage on the portal, and he thinks
that's what he said. Yeah, that's what you're talking about, Kane.
He told me directly, and that's all I know. I don't know if that's true or not, really, at this point. I don't know.
I swear to God.
Anyway.
No, and like I said, Melissa, I understand. I absolutely understand what you're saying. And I agree with you on what you've said too, dear. So I support you. I've been over there. I absolutely do. So I have no issues with you, and I know that you don't with me. So there's no worries. There's just people trying to start problems. And I won't allow it.
Out of jealousy. I had one fellow creator who was super supportive of me, right? And then all of a sudden they dropped off, and they're just acting weird. You know what I mean? Like once you
is this the one that we talked about?
No, nah.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we talked about this one. I'll have to look back in our email.
I'll send you a private chat.
Okay. I mean, they were like my, little bestie, and then now they're just like not even talking to me hardly at all. But there was no falling out or anything. No, not that one.
Oh, so it is a different one. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah, then I don't know.
I was behind on that. I didn't realize that was real for a while. I thought I knew everything. How about that one? At least I tried to. Surprise.
Yeah, it's hard to
keep up with everything. So true. But yeah, Melissa, we were discussing after the True Crime Trivia, since you're here, we want to have some creators come up and do a men versus women. How did you put that, Jules?
Right.
Battle of the Sexes.
Battle of the Sexes. So we'd like to have you, some other creators up here. I think I have is it 10 total that I can have, or 9? or 10 total, including me?
I believe it's actually, I think it's 9 because I was in your friend's chat after our live the other night, Lost Souls, and they had somebody that wanted to get up, but there was 9 there was 9 little boxes, 9 people in there, and it told them that the chat thingy was full. So I think it's just 9, and that includes the host. So it'd be you plus 8.
I know CJ would be all about that. He loves that kind of stuff, and he's really
that'd be cool. So
really
do you
smart,
want? Are you in, Melissa? Okay, then Mandy Joe says, can we talk about how Devil Dog called CrimeSleuthin Crime Slut on accident?
Oh, that was funny. That was funny.
That was.
It was not. It wasn't, but it was. I mean, I was like, oh God. But yeah,
It was hilarious. She meant to tag me, but then like messed it up, and that's what it came out on chat, and I was rolling.
It was funny.
I thought that was funny.
She says 10 total on panel, including hosts. But yeah, they had 9 boxes up, and they couldn't get anybody else to come back in to be able to come up. So I don't know.
Well, let me know if you want to do it, Melissa. We have, I think Dago, I think you wrote a list.
I did.
If not,
I can't ever find half of what I usually.
Well, let me know what day and stuff is good for y'all, and we'll do it. Sundays is actually a pretty good day, you know, for this kind of thing.
Yeah, it's more relaxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sunday's usually the day not a lot of people have a lot of stuff planned. I know we try to just like maybe run an errand and stay at the house.
I usually don't do
Melissa
anything.
said she's in. Melissa's in. And I know most of the people that I mentioned would be in. Especially if it was around this time. It would be great for everybody.
But I don't know if we probably couldn't get Lana to do it. She doesn't usually jump on anybody else's thing, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, there's quite a few. We could do it. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. If we could get Harsh involved, his hours are weird, so it's hard to lock him down on anything. But
feedback chat, there you go.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Believe me, I gotcha.
Let's see. Hi, Ramsey. How are you doing? Like Hollywood Squares, exactly. So we can see, you know, if we can get an even number of men and women.
Like I said, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 guys with me included. That if we can get Harsh on the right timeline, didn't we say something earlier? Southern Logic.
The boys from Publicly Buzz, CJ, and you. That's 5, right?
Oh, I don't know about Southern Logic because he's I don't know. We women need to object to that one because he'll help them win.
Yeah. Yeah, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Even if Harsh couldn't do it because of his time, we'd still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we'd be able to do that. That's 6 right there.
TV and DTS.
Publicly Buzz and Drunk Turkey Show.
Okay. Oh yeah, I like Daniel.
Yeah, and Stevie and Dan, they're really, really, really good guys. They would be down for that for sure. They love stuff like that, and
that'd be cool.
Dan
is but see, they'd only count as one person though.
Yeah, but and Dan knows everything. He's so smart with this stuff. Like he'll pull things out of nowhere. You wouldn't think he could do it, but he does.
Yeah, and he still stays level-headed. I like Dan.
Right? Yeah, very much so. We could probably get Jay involved too from the Shaming of Jay. I think he'd be down for that.
I am not sure who that is.
The Shaming of Jay and Shannon, his wife. He has a show. It's called The Shaming of Jay. You got to check it out. It's pretty good.
I'll check it out. Yeah. Oh, Heather said that Harsh is on vacation.
No. I think they're back. I think he posted this morning that they were back, but he's been out of town for a while. Yeah, they were having all kinds of problems actually getting there.
Because we have the drunk turkeys on, then we're all going to have to be drinking too. So it's going to have to be after 5.
I'll have my coffee like I always do. No, Rumsey, I can't do that, honey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no.
I'm not bad stuff there.
Hey, speaking of which, Willie doesn't have a channel, right?
Not that I knew
I
of.
think so.
I think he'd be good for that, though. I think Willie'd be good for that.
I know, but he doesn't have a channel.
Got to make him a channel here real quick.
Well, yeah, but he can still get on the StreamYard link without a channel.
Yeah, he should be able to do it. He's not. I think she's saying because he's not a
Well, it's
creator.
kind of like, well,
Oh, because it can't be creator versus crereator. I see. Yeah,
exactly.
I see. We could make him a creator overnight. No big deal.
Right. It takes like 2 seconds
Oh
to
my
make
gosh.
a YouTube channel.
All he's got to do is name a
What
channel.
about Jesse though? Jesse doesn't have a channel.
Actually,
That's
yes, he
true.
does. Yeah, he does.
Oh, does he? He does
Well,
have a
he
channel.
doesn't have a true crime channel.
No, it's not
Oh,
true
right.
crime.
It's the sports stuff, right? Yeah.
It's sports,
Does
but he's
Riddler have a channel?
Riddler. Who's that?
heard
Everybody knows Riddler.
Oh, it's okay, Rum. It's not your fault, hon. Don't worry about it.
That's the
No,
that's the profile picture is like a green question mark, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I've never seen that one. That's crazy. That's a great name for a channel.
Yeah, they're good. Really great, smart in chat. Love
I'm learning all sorts of stuff from you guys today. Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, there's like that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of channels that kind of like keep things level-headed and try to like keep an open mind to things, but I mean, it's hard to really find them because they're just kind of like sprinkled throughout the crazy.
It was kind of like once I got rid of all the drama and got away from all the drama, then that made room for a lot. So, you know, many more channels that are not like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's a much more enjoyable experience on YouTube without all of that BS, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Once you put do not recommend channel to a lot of different channels, it's be surprised what pops up on your feed.
Saying's like, technically we all have a channel.
Right. You know.
That is true. That is true. If you guys have not joined yet, please do. It is a wonderful way to support me. I'm really enjoying my members page. I love it. I love seeing members on there. I'm just tickled pink seeing all that. That's just so cool for me. I qualified for it like ages ago, but I never sat down and made the little emojis and all that kind of stuff. I need to see if I can add some more now because it only let me add a few member emojis.
I think it goes up with the amount of members you have, like
Yeah.
certain like, checkpoints, I guess. I mean, it took me a while to turn mine on too, and honestly, sometimes I just forget that it's there. I need to be more active on that. I'm sorry for any of my people that watch this. I'm just not really good at people-y things, but I'm trying.
It's
Well,
all
guys,
for me.
I hate to jump out of here, but I got to jump off.
Yeah, I gotta
Okay,
go run to
I'm
the
about
store
to wrap
too.
it up too.
A Cheez-It emoji.
Yeah.
Yes, we need a
I
very
appreciate
special
you.
Carly Russell Cheez-It emoji. Yes, we do.
I will have that up today, Delana. I already
Thank
made
you
it.
guys so very much for having me up here. I appreciate you including me in this. I had an amazing time, as I knew I would. You guys are both amazing people, and I really appreciate you having me. So,
Oh yeah, it was fun. And I'll text you in a little bit.
okay,
Thank you guys so
great.
much. It was awesome.
Absolutely. You have a wonderful rest of your day, guys, and I will see you both so very soon.
Bye.
Okay. No, wait. Before you leave, when are you going live again, Dago?
Oh,
Somebody asked me to do it tonight. I don't know if I'm going to do it tonight or if I'm going to join CJ tonight, but if not, I will be live between 12 and 12:30 Eastern Standard Time tomorrow.
Okay. Awesome. Thank
All
you.
right.
And
All right,
I
guys.
will email you about the list. We'll coordinate. And
Yes. That sounds great. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. You guys don't forget to love yourselves and to love each other because that's what we got nowadays. You guys have a great one.
You too. Bye. Bye, Dago.
Bye, broski.
Mwah.
He's cool peeps.
Yes, he's very sweet. Love him. Girl, thank you so much for coming up here. This was awesome. We had
This was
such a
fun.
great discussion on all
Yeah,
these
we did.
cases.
And you know, you taught me a lot about some of these cases. There was a lot of this stuff. I mean, like I said, I knew the basics, but I really liked being able to go over the details because there was a lot of stuff, especially about little old girl over there, cheerleader, that I really just didn't know. And man, it just makes me more disgusted with the whole thing.
Hey, Unravel, you came in right at the end. Go back to the very beginning because this was an actual really good one. I've really had a great time. I hope everybody, if you're coming in late or something, go back to the beginning and enjoy. We had fun. And Delana's like asking about the Cheez-It thing. I made one. I made an emoji, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it up. But
Oh, that'll be funny. Yeah, she's a mess, that girl. It's ridiculous.
yeah, That Carly Russell, I'll tell you what, man, oh man.
Have you seen the mug shots that somebody made? I think JLR did his own, but he put his face over her, but then Ikadmil has one too.
Okay, I don't even remember who this is, who did this, but let me just show you real quick. Because I put it on my desktop. I put hang on. I named it Carly Russell Mugshot LOL, and I put a screen, and I don't even remember what it is. Let's see what it is. Hang on. Oh, okay. It's the thumbnail.
Oh yeah, her smile, like it just makes me want to just across the face. It makes me so mad. Like, how dare you smile like it's your high school photo for the yearbook? I don't understand.
And this is another channel that I really actually enjoy. It's called It's a Criming Shame. It's one of the first ones that I ever joined, and they do good stuff. They're very sweet. Sunny and Ash something. Oh my god.
Okay, I'll have to check them out. But yeah, their mugshot's deplorable.
This is one of her best thumbnails. I cracked up when I saw that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. There's anger all over the place, especially Twitter. It's just insane.
Yep.
It shows no remorse on that face.
Oh no.
0%.
And that's her real hair.
Yeah. Yeah. And honestly, her hair is beautiful. Why would you even put a wig on that? It's insane.
Too funny. Yeah, I had to pull that up because I didn't even get a chance to watch the video yet. So I was like, I want to see that later. So I put it, and then I go back and I'll watch something and then I'll, delete it off my desktop. But
yeah.
Anyway, well, thank you again so much for coming. I really,
no problem. It was fun.
We'll maybe plan for either sometime in the middle of the week or even Sunday again, whatever you want to do.
Okay. Yeah, just email me. Oh, and I'll pull your number out my email so I can text you.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna go run to the store.
Hi, D Smalls. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming today. I really appreciate you. This was so much fun. You guys were just the best. I love everybody's chats today. Yes, please smash that like button for me. Feels so weird saying that, but I'm trying to.
It does, isn't it? The saying. So funny.
So right, spoiled brat. Yeah. Smash that like button for me. How many likes do I have? I haven't even looked.
I have no idea. I'm looking at it through StreamYard.
And again, I always take tips if you want to send, or you can send a oh my god, super chat. And then I have memberships as well.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and jump off before my child kills me with her laser eyes. She's
all right, girl.
To go to the store.
I'm gonna
You're too loud.
say goodbye to everybody. Thank
all right,
you
bye,
so much.
everybody. Bye.
All right, I will see you later.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Everybody, thank you so much. I'm gonna play my outro and then I am gonna go do some housework. I've done no housework today, so I'm gonna go catch up with my house and then I will be back on somebody's live. Thank you again. I love you all so much. Remember to be kind to each other. Yes, stay blessed, and I will see you again next time. I love you all. Thank you so much for everybody that's joined and everybody that sent super chats and all the support. I really appreciate you very much. You guys have a wonderful evening, okay? I'll see you somewhere soon. Bye.